Go ahead and skip this video if you don't like gadgets. I'm a dad. I found the perfect. Now let's try.
Yes. Welcome back. Sorry, you guys, about the technical difficulties. But it's Thursday, prediction day, weekly flagship. We have a very special guest joining me today. He is the new WBO super flyweight champion of the world. Goes by Simplify, something like that. You know what I'm saying? A former Marine veteran, and he's my very special guest co-host for the night, Jamel Herring. Man, how's it going, brother?
Hey man, everything's going good, man. I can't complain, bro. I can't complain.
Already, man, we got a jam-packed weekend, man. We got a jam-packed weekend, bro. We got Steve Rose taking on Triple G. Triple G is back finally after his big fight with Canelo last, I believe, September. He's had a big layoff, but excited to see him back in the ring. Also on ESPN, we have Oscar Valdez taking on Jason Sanchez in a 12-round WBO featherweight title fight. That should be a go back and forth kind of action-packed fight. Also, we got the highly touted up and coming prospect Gabriel Flores Jr. on that card. Sure to be a action packed card. Also, some good news that got announced, man. We got a unification bout in the 140 division. Maurice Hooker
Right,
and
right.
Jose Ramirez. Man, what's your thoughts on that?
It's a good fight, man. It's a good fight because I know I have a personal issue with both of them. So yeah, like I said, it's a real good fight. I know Jose won a big fight, since the series is going on with the tournament. He's been kind of left out of everything, but like with this fight, he can solidify his status in the division.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, like I said, we got a jam-packed show, man. Jamal Charlo's talking about he's willing to go to New Mexico, well, Mexico to fight Canelo Alvarez, which would be a big event in my opinion. And we have heard
Right.
in the past Canelo express interest in fighting in Mexico. Also, Koronaki and Ariolo was announced. Lara and Ramon Alvarez, the brother of Canelo. I mean, just a jam-packed show, man. We got the return of Chad Dawson. You know, so he's talking about coming back after a 2-year layoff. So a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. We are going to have calls this night on Skype. So if you want to be part of the conversation, all you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype and be part of the conversation. Well, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Well, first off, man, let's start with you, man. How does it feel
Right.
to be? How did it feel when they said "and the new"?
Oh
And
man,
the new.
like you said, man, I broke down, man, because a lot of people had doubted me. You know what I mean? A lot of people had counted me out before the fight. Before the first bell. So when I had won, it felt like a lot of weight was lifted off my shoulders, and it was like the best feeling ever.
Absolutely, man. So talk about because people say when you leave Al Hammond, man, your career really doesn't take off like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But you're one of the rare that actually left Al Hammond. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about it last time. You want to happen with the inactivity of your schedule. Now you come to Top Rank. They give you fights. They tell you when you're fighting, and you become a world champion. So just talk about how the partnership with Top Rank is different than it was with PBC?
I mean, like I said, I feel like everyone's situation is different, of course. But like for me, the top rank situation was like a blessing because my main thing was it wasn't an issue with the PBC side. My main thing was just basically trying to stay busy and getting those fights that I needed in order to basically advance in my career. But since I've been with Top Rank for like maybe a little over a year now, they promised me everything that they presented. So, man, like I said, I took 3 fights last year. Started this year into a real title fight. One that big, and it's like I can't really complain. So but it goes to show that sometimes you gotta just do what's best for you. You know what I mean? Bro.
Sorry about that. One thing that really touched me about your story was when they did a little backdrop and we found out that because
Yep.
I didn't know me personally that you had lost a child and you won the belt on the anniversary of that
Right. No, I wanted the title of her birthday.
on her
The
birthday.
anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah, on her 10th. It would have been her 10th birthday.
Man, I some things just can't be like written on something. Just like a Hollywood script right here, man. Like that that is truly amazing. You can't really set it up any better than that. So what are you plan on doing, man? Like are you gonna have like a hometown title defense, or are you gonna like try to go right into a unification belt?
Um, honestly, right now we're just soaking it all in. Like I said, they told me to take some time off just to relax and chill. But I know for a fact they want to do a homecoming. They also spoke about a unification in the future. But like I said, I probably won't hand it for like another like maybe a week or so before we even get to that. Get to that idea.
Already. Well, shit, man. Great accomplishments. One thing that I do want to know going into that fight, what kind of advice did you get from Terrence Crawford?
Bud always told me just to stay cool. You know what I mean? Stay cool and fight my fight. Don't let the bright light, get the best of me. Don't get distracted easily. And just basically work on what we've been practicing for the entire camp. Bud was like I said, Bud to me was actually like more hard on me than my original
Hey man,
trainers.
I sorry to cut you off, man, but they're saying your audio is like it's bad in chat. Like
Oh man,
can't really hear you.
hold on.
See, can you adjust that and then come back to
Is
it?
it, is it? Hold on. Is it better?
Man, it's like night and day.
All right, man.
It's
Nah,
like night and shit. Why you
like
ain't been at his own, man?
man, like
You got my people out here talking bad about me in the chat. Like Mike,
nah,
what you
it's
doing with
cool.
this
Nah.
audio? Oh man, y'all see how you do me? Y'all see how you do me, man? No,
But
I'm
nah,
not playing.
like I said, man, Bud was just basically telling me just to stick to my element. Don't basically jump out of character. Stay cool. Don't worry about the bright lights and the magnitude of the event really. And to be honest, like he was more hard on me than my original trainers. What I'm saying, throughout the whole entire camp because when I was coming into camp, he was basically finishing up camp in his Amir Khan fight. You know what I mean? But I respect him for coming back because he took time away from his family. To come back to camp to make sure that I was doing everything right. So I gotta love him and respect him for that.
Now we've been seeing like a lot of guys change trainer. We seen Joe Joyce leave Abel Sanchez. We seen Gennady Golovkin leave Abel Sanchez. Now there's
Right.
talk about Anthony Joshua. He should get a new trainer. You're actually a guy who actually went through that. What is the thought process of going into trying to get a new trainer?
Man, it all depends.
Especially coming off a loss. Are people overreacting? Or was there things that you seen in the AJ fight that you would say, yeah, he might need another voice in his corner?
I think he should at least add maybe another voice in his corner because, like I said, I think he's been with his trainer his whole entire career in terms of amateur and pro. So it's not like they have a relationship there. It's not like you can just easily just get up and just walk away from that. But I think like he should at least consider trying to bring somebody in extra as another set of eyes and ears in the corner to help him out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's the biggest thing that you learned from Bomac since you've been under his tutelage?
Bomac, when I came with him, he was the type of trainer that was telling me from the get go, like he's not here to change me. He's not here to, to mold me into the next, Terrence Crawford. Bud is his own. He's his own man. His thing was, he wanted me to be comfortable with who I am, but we're just gonna just sharpen up some things, and and just build that chemistry amongst the entire team.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Well, man, like I said, man, your story is really touching, man. Really, really like a comeback. Well, I can't even say a comeback story because in my opinion, you were never really down, but it's definitely a story of perseverance.
I
Anything is
appreciate
possible,
it.
man. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and break down some of this boxing, man. This weekend we got Gennady Golovkin is back against Steve Rose. Now, Steve Rose, really don't know much about him. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't really been on the radar. Gennady Golovkin, everybody, you know what I'm saying, perceived him as to be that killer at 160. Ran into a great fighter in a Canelo. We've seen that he can be human. But against Steve Rose, do we really give Steve Rose a chance in this fight, or is it just like one of those the zone debuts for Gennady that hopes to propel him to another Canelo fight?
I mean, I look at it as, like you pointed out just a minute ago, it's like one of those the zone debuts, but at the same time, you can't really look over or past any opponent. And I'm more interested in seeing how Gennady, does with his new team. That's my big thing. Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing. I want to see how the chemistry they built in the corner and everything such as that in the game plan. But it's like I said, we all know it's his debut. Steve Rose is a guy that's unknown, but at the same time, from what I've seen and heard at least, he could be dangerous at times. So we just have to wait and see how it all plays out.
So going into this fight, we normally give predictions. I'm going Gennady. I think he should be able to get the stoppage. I really don't know much about Steve Rose. Lou DiBella always is bigging him up, but if you ain't made it to this level by now, and you have your opportunity, so I can't say that. But
Right.
just the fact that Gennady's been in there with Canelo, been in there with Danny, I just think the experience of high leverage fights will do him well in this fight, and he'll possibly get the stoppage against Steve Rose.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, the experience factor is definitely gonna play a big toll in this fight. But like I said, I like Lou. I'm cool with Lou, and I know it's his job also to be a promoter. So like, of course, he's gonna stand behind his guy and hype him up. But I'm interested to see if the hype is real. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, who else we have on this card? Ali Akamidal versus Marcus McDaniel. I don't know much about those guys, man. It's a super middleweight fight.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm with you on that one too, bro.
we're gonna leave that one off. We got. I'm mentioning everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you your 15 minutes of fame. We got Brian Sabello versus. If I could say your name, brother, I would. But I'm gonna say your last name. Aibo. Aibo.
I know. I actually that's an interesting fight. For one, I fought Brian back in the amateurs in 2012. I beat him in the amateurs.
Okay.
Brian is a talented dude, and his opponent. We've seen a lot of him. If you really look at his background, like on Showbox, he's been a common figure on Showbox. Very aggressive dude. Like just like likes to come forward. Basically he goes for the knockout. So I just want to see how like Brian does under that type of pressure because he's still early in his own career. So like fights like that, it kind of it kind of make you or break you. So I'm definitely gonna tune into that fight as well.
Yes, yes, and this card will be streamed on the Zone. If you don't already have the Zone, check out our description box where you can sign up for the Zone. If you use our link, it's nothing extra, but we do get a little kickback for you using our link. It's $19.99 a month or $99 for the whole year, which equates to like $8 a month. So if you want to check it out, you know what I'm saying, holla at Age Money, Mr. The Zone. You know what I'm saying? It's an inside joke. They get it. They get it. They get it. We got one from Charles Conwell versus Courtney Pennington in a junior middleweight fight. Don't know those guys either.
Yeah, Charles. I know Charles from amateurs. He's basically, he's a guy to look out for. Like I said, still young in his career, but he's got potential to do something. So definitely look out for him. Definitely don't know much about his opponent, but like I said, these are basically developmental fights. So we have to, just see what Charles does and go from there.
I wonder if a lot of these fighters are under the Gennady Golovkin banner when it far as come to promoting, because I know when he signed with the Zone, there was talk about them picking up some of his fighters and fights to have his own promotion. So maybe some.
For the most part, those guys under the 360 banner. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
know for a fact that that Brian is, and so like I said, Charles maybe as well, but they're all basically all in the same entity, but they're definitely under the 360 banner.
Speaking of banners and like contracts and things like that, how were you under contract when you decided to leave Al Heyman, or was it not a contract issue at all?
It's crazy, because Top Rank they wouldn't touch me until I was out of my contract. So like when my contract had expired under Al Heyman, that's when like that I think like that very same week, literally that same week, Top Rank had sent me over a contract for me to look over myself. But it was when I had basically went with the Top Rank, I was already basically finished my obligations with the Heyman side.
Okay, already. And rounding out that card, we got Israel Masvidal versus Norberto Gonzalez in a junior middleweight fight. Probably gonna kick it off. Hopefully, that's a exciting card for the Zone. I know it's supposed to be big for Triple G in his debut on the Zone. So hopefully everything goes well and we can possibly get that matchup that we want down the road. Now, Canelo came out and said, "Hey, man, the only way I'm fighting Triple G again if he got a belt." So do you think the Zone would try to steer Triple G towards like a Demetrius Andre kind of fight? If so, how do you see that fight breaking down?
I mean, I hope so because for one, like I said, I'm cool with Boo Boo, and it's like one of those things where he's in a rough situation where he needs the big fights to keep his name out there, and we all know he has talent. But on the flip side, I believe that the Zone at this point they're probably more than willing to make those type of fights because they're paying Canelo like 33 million a fight, and so
They're paying him a ridiculous amount of money.
They need those subscribers also, on the business side. So it's like I think they're gonna be more than willing to make these big fights to give Canelo, better opponents or whatever. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's a business, and they like the Zone is basically fighting to get those subscribers.
Man, you know what I want to see from Gennady, man? I want to see Gennady go and take on like I really want to see him fight Jamal Charlo. I know there were talks before WBC mandated, but it didn't happen. But at the same time, I would love to see Jamal Charlo in that mix on the Zone. I know I was on record saying before that he doesn't need to go to the Zone, but at the same time, when you look at the landscape, a lot of the belts, a lot of the good competition is over there on the Zone, and I really think Jamal.
And that's what, and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of fans need to look at the landscape on things in terms of divisions instead of always looking at the fighters. Like for example, like right now, I feel like the Zone, they got the better landscape in terms of the junior welterweight division. Like they got the tournament going on over there. Then they're bringing over a unification fight. But if you look at the PBC side, they basically got the welterweight division on lock. You know what I mean? Like they got three of the four titles over there on the PBC side. Bud has the WO side, WO title. He's with Top Rank. So I don't think it all comes down to always, PBC is better than this one, or the Zone is better than that one. And so I believe it's all about who's on, like you said, who's on which side, and if the division is loaded over there as well.
Okay, man. Now you brought him up, so I gotta ask you. Do you think Bud made a mistake by re-signing with Top Rank and not exploring his options over at PBC, seeing that they have Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, your Dennis Ugas. I mean, they have a lot of welterweights in that stable. Should he have at least took a meeting with PBC?
I mean, like I said, I don't know how that went down. I remember around the time when Bud was re-signing with Top Rank, but at the same time, it's kind of like a gamble because like if they offered at the end of the day, it's they say boxing and professional boxing is business first. So he's getting basically like a $3 million guarantee per fight thing. You know what I mean? So you can't overlook that. And at the same time, yeah, I mean he wants those champions, whatever. But Bud has so much faith in his team that he believes that if the fans really keep fighting for those fights as much as himself as well, they'll eventually get done. But like I said, we also, but when I look at the PBC side, and I got love for, like, I speak to Errol all the time. Errol's my boy too. But when I look at the landscape at times, it's like, yeah, they got all these champions, but at the same time, it's like it's hard to get them in the ring with each other. Errol's been chasing Keith Thurman for years now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He
You know what I'm
has.
saying? It's like, yeah, they got the champions, but at the same time, these guys ain't trying to they're not trying to get in the ring with each other either. And then to be honest, like I said, I'm in the game, so I hear everything that goes on. I'm not gonna name no names, but a lot of those guys tend to look outwards also to the zone and top ring side because of the money situation. They see all the money that the zone is throwing out there, so they want to negotiate and test the waters and see what they can leverage and get it from over there or bring back to their side and renegotiate their own contracts. So it's like they have the bulk of the load, but at the same time, it's like a lot of these guys, they're not fighting each other. They keep putting the big fights that we want to see on hold. And then on the flip side, the boxers, they're looking at the money now and they're saying to themselves, the zone, is giving offering these guys $100 million, paydays and this and that and the third.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I totally agree. But shit, it's a lot of money to not. I mean, if like you said, if you got a contract and you know it's a business first, you got to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Right.
really judge your what you're gonna do based off somebody else. And that was my whole like position. But a lot of callers call in,
I mean, cause yeah, I would love to see. It's crazy, like I felt like it's been kind of like a slap in the face, even with my boy Errol situation. Like he comes up a big win with Mikey Garcia, a fight that a lot of people at one point thought it was a 50-50 fight. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people thought it was a 50-50 fight before the fight even took place. And it's like, okay, he got the win, and it's like, now what? You know what I mean? Like he's just sitting, like they like people were saying the Porter fight this in the third, but like the people I speak to in boxing behind the scenes, Errol, like I'm hearing rumors that Errol just basically sitting out, just looking at the landscape, like I pointed out, to see what's up because Sean Porter came out and said that he signed his contract 6 weeks ago, but EJ, we haven't heard anything from his side of the team, and on top of that, it's crazy because look at it like, okay, they talk about Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia in a big fight pay-per-view. How is it that this the man who came off the win? And it's like his fight got pushed back. We heard it was supposed to be August, then now we're here in September and such and such. It's crazy.
yeah, man, totally. That shit is crazy. But they do have a big fight over there on PBC. Well, it's a big fight because of the names. Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. How you see that fight playing out? And do you think Manny Pacquiao can give Keith a run for his money?
Like I said, I keep going back and forth with that fight because for one, Manny, like I said, is one of the greatest that ever done it. It's crazy. 40 years old, still doing his thing. Can't take nothing from it. Like you said, the man seems like he's still hungry. That's the more important thing. It's not like he's just out here fighting for a check. Like he's still fighting, for his legacy. Well, to add on to his legacy's already sealed. And it's like one of those things I keep going back and forth because I like Keith, but that last fight, of course, it was almost a 2-year layoff, and he showed a lot of rust. But in boxing, it's like time is precious. So it's like I just want to see how he reacts, and how much he's gotten back from that last fight, because like people counting him out, saying that the reason why he didn't want to fight earlier games because of that fight, yada yada yada. But like I said, Manny seems like he's still hungry, and like any given night he can give anybody problems. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Manny. Look, I don't know how much he really has left in the tank. I mean, because like Keith said, he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's a senator. He's a boxer. I know he's been doing that for a number of years now, but it seemed like the level of competition, just based. I know his last fight wasn't what we thought it was going to be, but Keith Thurman is still a damn good fighter,
Yeah, right. And like I said,
this is
Keith Thurman
visual,
still got that power in that right hand.
and he's dangerous.
Change the fight around. Like that's why I keep going back and forth. Like I said, Keith, he seems like he's hungry for this fight. You know what I mean? He seems like this is a fight that he's actually gonna get up for, and train his ass off for. So it's like like you said, and at the end of the day, we don't know if time just may catch up to Manny by the time they get in the ring. But like I said, man, I think it's a fun fight. I don't think it's a fight that people should look over and say that this guy's over the hill, or Keith isn't the same as he was. And so I think, like I said, Keith been asking for this fight for for a long time now. You know what I mean? So I think it's a fight that he's gonna get up for, and I think Manny knows that he can't afford to basically lose here and miss out even bigger paydays in the future.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, man. Moving on to that ESPN card. We got Oscar Valdez versus Jason Sanchez, 12-round fight for Valdez WBO title fight. Oscar Valdez, you know what I'm saying, he had, in my opinion, one of the best fights that I've seen in a while with Scott Quigg, and even fighting a guy who was coming in overweight. He really showed the heart and the mettle of a champion.
Right.
With that being said, Jason Sanchez, didn't he fight him before? Let me check this box spread. I think he did.
Nah, I think Sanchez is undefeated. I think he's like 14-0.
Oh, so he's trying to get it out young. How much do you know about Sanchez?
I don't really. That's crazy. I don't really know much about him, so I just keep my my ear to the streets and whatever. And I've heard good things about him, but like I said, that like you said, to be 14-0, to be fighting for a world title, you either got to be damn good, or your team is trying to push you further than what you need to be going at this rate. But I heard for the most part, I heard good things about him, but we all know Oscar Valdez can be a dog at times.
Can he? Oh my God!
I'm just like I said.
You're talking about biting down on your gum shield, man, and just going at it, man.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been hearing rumors that he actually wants to plan on moving up to 130 because he's having issues with the weight. So I don't know if the weight may play a factor the way he looks this week. That's what I'm looking at also. Because like I said, he got a young, hungry kid in front of him. So you gotta consider all these elements. But like I said, I think experience-wise, Oscar is basically he has like the double amount, almost close to the double amount of fights that this kid has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to get your reaction on it, since you do fight on ESPN. Andre Ward came out and said that maybe Anthony Joshua is a little bit too much concerned about being a bodybuilder and like how he looks in the mirror. What was your reaction to that?
I have mixed reactions. I have mixed feelings. Like I'm cool with Dre, and like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I think there was more. There was something else other than that behind the scenes going on with Anthony. Like Anthony just didn't seem like himself. And big shout out to Andy Ruiz. He took advantage of the opportunity, did what he had to do, and I'm happy for him. And I'm not making any excuses for AJ by any means, but I don't think so much that it was more of him just trying to be a superstar and this, that, and the third. Like I think he actually came to the States, to the Garden, to actually make a big impact. With the right mindset of trying to make a big impact of getting that that American market more behind him, because he does have a pretty good decent size of fan base over here. But I think, like I said, it was his American debut. I don't think he was more concerned about being some a star outside of the ring. I think he came in with the intentions to put on a great show.
Did he quit?
I wouldn't say he quit. I just think that, like I said, he got caught and he just never recovered. You know what I mean? And that happens sometimes in boxing. Like he just kept getting hit with some good shots, and he just never had time to recover, because after a while, Ruiz just swarmed him. You know what I mean? And Ruiz, I've been telling people for a while, like say what you want about his physique, but the dude has quick hands, and you see what he was doing when he puts the combinations together. So I don't think it was a thing of AJ quitting. I just think he just didn't have time to recover, and Ruiz took advantage of that.
How do you think Bob Arum reacted when Ruiz knocked out AJ and won the title? Because it's rumored that Al Heyman purchased Ruiz out of his contract, made an investment in it looks like his investment paid off thus far.
Right. I mean, like I said, I got love for Al. I got love for both Al and Bob. Like I said, there's no animosity with Al at all. I feel like I said, I think Bob and them were probably shocked, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, because they let Andy go, and I seen Andy get a lot of love from the Top Rank family, so that was cool. Like a lot of people over there still showed him love, but on the business side, I mean, that was you, bro. it probably stung that you missed out on that investment, man. Let's be honest.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Just man, big shout outs to Andy, man. Really, really shocked a lot of people this past weekend, and I'm glad to see him doing his press tour, doing all his interviews, getting that spotlight, being on Jimmy Kimmel. That because when you look at Andy, man, you can't help but like the guy, man. Like,
Right.
he smiles a lot. He's always cheerful. Says nice things. Even when he wants to beat you up, he still says nice things. I mean, he's just one of those guys that you can't help but like. So big ups to Andy, man. Keep on doing your thing. Now, it came out today that Andy said, "Hey, if y'all want me to fight over in England, I need $50 million." Does that sound like a guy who's trying to price himself out, or a guy who's trying to negotiate, or just really trying to take over the whole thing?
I think he's trying to negotiate and take over the whole thing because at the end of the day,
But
rematch.
how do you start at 50?
Because they probably was looking at the whole
Trying to take over
the Wilder and Joshua negotiations, and he probably takes it as they got the money. You know what I mean? He probably saying, they got the money over there. So like, if they willing to give this guy this much 50 million for this fight at one point in time, why can't I get that? You know what I mean? Like he has a bulk of the division around his waist now, so you can't, you know what I mean? So it's like he can bargain, you know what I mean? He has the playing field, but I think they're saying like with that rematch clause involved, it's probably going to be a big issue in the negotiations. But like I said, because also he's saying that he wants to fight in Mexico now, you know what I mean, whatever. But like I said, we all know how Eddie Hearn operates, and Eddie's not going to allow anybody to tell him what to do or get the upper hand as much as they think they are going to get over him and shit like that.
Do you think Eddie should be able to dictate what goes on?
I mean, like I said, Andy at the end of the day, he had Al behind him. So, Al, even though he's quiet behind the scenes, he still plays a big role in what goes on. So I don't think, I think Eddie has to be smart about things and reasonable because, like I said, they try to negotiate with Wilder, who's over there with Al Haymon as well. So I think Eddie has to be more reasonable around this time around. But I don't like I said, I don't see the fight going wherever Andy maybe wanted to go. I think if anything, it may go back to the States. If it does go to the UK, I think that's where Andy should get the 50 million. You know what I mean? Because like you said, the UK has a huge market in the sport. So like especially they put it in a stadium that we all know that AJ has the ability to sell out. Give the man 50 million.
Damn, 50 million, bro.
It's gonna give it to my man Deontay, and they wanted more.
You're right. Who you think has the upper hand in the rematch?
I don't know. Like I said, we have to. Like I said, if AJ comes in the same mindset that he did the last fight, it's just gonna be a replay. But if he's hungry and really wants to get his titles back, it could be a damn good fight because, like I said, he put Andy, down. But like I said, I love and respect how Andy came back and bounced back and fought his ass off. But like I said, if AJ gets it, I think, like I said, AJ needs to add an extra, man in his corner for starters, and he has to do something about that stamina. That stamina is killing him because we all seen it in the Klitschko fight. The stamina was the issue. So if he has stamina issues in the second fight, it's just gonna play out the way the first fight did. Yeah.
What do you think about Gable? The next fight we got Gable Flores Jr. versus Salvador Mauricio in an 8-round lightweight fight. Gable Flores, man, he's one of those guys that's up and coming. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely one of those guys that you want to see and you're excited to see. He's one of those prospects that kind of keep you on the edge of your seat when he fights. So I'm excited to see him back in action again. His opponent, Don't know much about him, but it seems like it's an 8 round fight, so then probably not gonna push him too hard. But hopefully, he's able to get some rounds under his belt and just keep his progression going.
Yeah, I like Gabe. Gabe is a cool dude. You know, has a lot of potential. Still very young, and I believe that his team is building him the right way. You know, they're not rushing him. They're not, you know, moving him too fast, and you know, they're not throwing him in there with the wolves. But I think, like I said, it's just another fight to develop the kid and keep him on the right path.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, phone call came through. But we have Michael Seals versus Christopher Booger in a lightweight title fight. I mean, light heavyweight title fight, 10 rounds. Michael Seals. Heard of that name before? Can't think of where.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I'm like, man, I know that name from somewhere, man. I'm actually looking at the comments, seeing anybody else, you know, can tell me something about him.
Let me look up his box record. I definitely know that name. Michael Seals. Yes, he is 36. Okay, he's older fighter. 36, 22-2, 18 with 16 KOs.
The one fight that I know on his record is he fought, you know, Evan Rodriguez back in 2015 though.
Yeah, lost by knockout.
Right.
Then lost by DQ. But he won 2 straight against some subpar opposition. Christopher Booker, don't know much about you. Looks like it's just another fill-in fight for you.
Yeah, I seen Christopher Booker, man. He's basically a guy that's basically gonna go all out. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to go toe to toe, and it's basically gonna last as long as both men stand on their feet.
Absolutely, Brad. You damn sure ain't lying about that. Who else we got on this card? Had a special guest, man. Trying to see if I can get him in the back end. Need him to call me on Skype. That's the best way to do it. Nikita Ababi is back in action. He's one of Eddie Hearn big signees. When he first landed in the U.S., he went to I believe Big Baby's gym. I forgot the name of that gym, but I know they changed it. But yeah, Nikita, he's one of those guys that. Have you ever seen him fight?
No, I don't think I've seen him fight. I'm looking at his 20 years old, middleweight, 6 foot.
Man, he is action packed, bro. Like he comes out like a just a ball of fire, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know when the rounds get more and more and the competition steps up. I don't know if that kind of fighting can really last throughout the whole kind of fight. I think you got to be more intelligent, and hopefully he's refining some of that and working on some technique. I don't know if that kind of fighting can really.
Yeah, because I'm looking at his record. You know, there's a lot of guys. Of course, he's still early in his career as well. But there's Juan Francisco Lopez. It's 5-0. So like I said, I guess it's a big test for both fighters. So I'll definitely have to look at that one as well.
Got you. So they hear audio in the background. Let me fix that for you so you won't hear anything in the background. How's that? Is that better?
Okay, we're good.
All right, there we go. Yeah, maybe that's gone now. Audio in the background. Did it go away?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, next on the card. Oh, that's it for that card. Big news of the week, man. Maurice Hooker and Jose Ramirez. Official July 27 in Dallas, Texas. It seems like it's going to be on the zone too, right?
Yep. Yeah.
How did the zone manage to finagle Jose Ramirez, which we know is one of top ranks, you know what I'm saying, biggest fighters. He does good numbers in California and does good numbers when he fights. So
well, this is what I heard. This is what I heard, from my people I know that do work behind the scenes. Like both top, Bob and Eddie see that the landscape is changing with boxing, especially with all these networks and things like that. So I heard it's like one of those deals where like, okay, we'll give you Jose for this fight for the zone, but later on down the road, we may need one of your fighters for our fighters over here on ESPN, which to me is smart. It's a fair, it's a fair deal. So that's what I've been hearing behind the scenes. So Of course, like I said, because I was even more surprised that they even got Jose to fight out of California because, like you pointed out, he does big numbers in terms of ticket sales in Fresno. You know what I mean? And it feels like they gave more leverage to Mo. So I feel like, with them doing that, when Bob and them need a favor from Eddie Hearn, that they'll return the favor just as much as they did for Jose in this fight.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Who you think is the favorite going in though? I like the way Maurice Hooker's fighting. I know Jose Ramirez's last fight. I believe it was against Zapata.
Yes, Zabeda.
I thought he got a favorable a decision. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, but I thought it could have went maybe a draw or him just nudging it out. But to me, the cards were kind of wide. And
Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying, Jose, like you pointed out, it was a close fight, but I think at the end, like he pulled it out, maybe in those championship rounds that I may say, you know what I mean. So like I said, to me it was a close fight, but Cepeda definitely was in the fight, man. Like I was kind of worried, like damn, like I knew Cepeda because I seen when he fought over there in the UK, against Flanagan. And then he was doing all right until I think his shoulder popped out or whatever, something like that. But I knew the dude, so I knew the dude can box. And as you can see when he fought Jose, he was boxing his ass off. And I think like that goes to say going into this fight, Mo can't afford to brawl with Jose because that's Jose's game. Mo has to actually go back to using that range and staying long for this fight because you see when Jose fought what's his name? Damn, I'm forgetting his name now, man. When they was going at it until Mo stopped them, you know what I mean? Because
you talking about my guy Saxido.
Yes, I see. Yes, I see.
Man,
That was
he
a
got off
good
the
fight.
deck for that fight, bro. He got off the
Yeah,
deck
that's a good fight.
and really.
I think Jose is a lot more polished than Salcedo in terms of the close range. A fight in close range. So Mo has to basically go back to what got him that belt when he fought Flanagan, which was using his range and distance and just box.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Agree with you. Going into that fight, man, I really do like Mo Hooker. I like the range of him, like you said, and the snappiness of his punches when he lets him go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I sparred both of them. I sparred. Me and Jose, we're both Olympic teammates. So me and Jose always have a close relationship. Me and Jose, Rick and the shout out to all of them out there in Cali. But Jose is a tough dude, and he's gonna he just keeps coming. But Mo, when I sparred Mo, I think like I was sparring with him for the Flanagan fight. I did a lot of sparring with him in camp for Flanagan. So Mo has a lot of power on the end of his punches, meaning he has to stay on the outside to get that full leverage of that impact from his punches. So that's why I believe that if Mo can manage to stay on the outside, he has a good chance. But if he lets Jose get on the inside and outwork, Jose may just outwork him. So like I said, to me, it's a 50-50 fight. It all comes down who brings their A game and who sticks to their plan.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. How you think the World Boxing Super Series is going to shape out? You think Regis going to be able to pull it out against Josh Taylor, coming out for a damn good performance against Ivan Bradtrick? But Regis is coming out for damn good performance against Kyle Relic too. So both those guys.
I mean, like I said, man, I remember I had fought me and Josh. A lot of people don't know, but me and Josh are cool. Like we're close because we actually fought each other in the amateurs. He had beat me in the amateurs before the Olympic Games. Like I went over to the UK and we had basically an exhibition, and that's where I met him. But we had a damn good fight. I think I got some of that footage on YouTube. You can probably find some of that footage on YouTube. But since then, Josh has shown nothing but love. I remember sparring Regis back in the day. I've known Regis as an amateurs as well, and to me that's a good ass fight because, like I said, Josh came up a good fight. His last fight, it wasn't no Baranchyk wasn't no pushover. He was there. He already knew his back against the wall. He was going to Josh's, in his home and city. So he didn't feel like he was gonna get a decision. So his thing was, I gotta take Josh out. But Josh held it together. And he boxed well. But like with Regis getting hit too. But I think people look at more of his power and not enough of his boxing skill. Because like I said, Regis can box his ass up as well. So I think what I'm saying, that's gonna be a good ass fight. And I can't really call it. He's going to take it. Like a lot of people are saying, you know, that Josh easily wins or this or vice versa. But I believe both men know themselves that it's not an easy fight, and they have to really work their asses off to get that victory.
Hell yeah, man. It's definitely gonna be a good fight. I like the fact that they did a face off at when Josh Taylor won, and both guys had a chance to look at in each other's eyes and really, really, really know that, hey, man, this thing is coming to a finale. I'm going with Regis, man. I think Regis is really like as he's getting more fights, he's starting to show more levels
Right.
in his boxing thing.
That's
Last
what I'm
time we
saying.
seen him,
Yeah, and that last fight, he wasn't in there to bully, and he didn't at least he didn't show it. He wasn't in there going for the kill. Man, he was boxing the hell out of what's his name, but he was so smooth and like he was so pinpoint accurate that dude couldn't do nothing with him.
yeah, man, definitely agree with that, bro. Dude couldn't do shit with it. Was slipping side of punches, you know what I'm saying, countering him with that big left hand. And to be honest with you, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know if Josh gonna be able to take that left. You know what I'm saying? Regis come right down the middle, or he can throw the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Hook. It's going to be a damn good fight, man. I think I don't want to make a prediction right now, but I'm leaning towards Regis Prograis.
I can respect that. Like I said, like I said, I think it's gonna be a damn good fight. But yeah, I mean, you got a point. I just want to see, how Josh holds up against that type of, because like Regis is a whole different level. But like I said, we just have to wait and see how it plays out.
Definitely, man. Definitely moving on. What else we got on this card, big dog? On the docket for the night. I know this is bad radio. Give me a second, and I will have a topic for you guys. All right. We should have Regis Prograis coming on here in a little bit, man. I got another special guest for you guys. Out here working, man, trying to have that shit popping for you right now. Let me get him right quick back on the line. Give me 1 second, and we can accept that. Your favorite, my favorite, everybody's favorite 140-pounder in the world. Answer. Hello? Regis?
Yo,
Can you hear me?
what's up with it?
I don't think we can hear you, man. Let me see if I can fix the audio right quick. Keep talking, Regis, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
I'm here.
Might not
Yeah.
connect again. Give me 1 second, big dog. Fix the audio right quick. I know this is bad radio, but shit, we're gonna get it together. Microphone, speakers. Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, we should be good now.
Y'all
I don't
good?
know what's going on. Why can't we hear him? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now we can hear you, man. Sound good. How's it going, bro?
I'm good, bro. Just chilling at the crib,
Let me give you a proper introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the 140-pound WBA champion just coming off a big victory over Kyle Relic in the WBS SS tournament. Regis Rougarou Prograis, man. How you living, brother?
I mean, I can't live no better, bro. I'm doing good.
Yeah, man. Now we were just talking, man. Big news came out today that Jose Ramirez and Maurice Hooker gonna get it on for the unification bout. What do you think about that? And who do you think is gonna win? And who do you want to win? Because you got past history with both of those guys.
I mean, like I said, either one for me. It don't matter. Whoever win. For me, I definitely want to fight Hooker. I want to fight both of them. But I just think if Ramirez wins, it'll make way more sense. It'll make way more money. And I think, to be honest, I really think he's gonna win anyway. I don't think that Hooker will beat Ramirez. Of course, Hooker gets up for big fights, but I just don't see him beating Ramirez. I think he'll get outworked by Ramirez. So hopefully Ramirez wins. I fight him after. I'm done with what I gotta do.
Do you think he's gonna be willing to fight you guys? It seems like you guys have been wanting to fight were having to fight for like a year and a half now. You were like the mandatory,
It
but you
seemed it seemed
decide
it
to
seemed,
go
it, it
into
seemed
the
longer than
tournament.
that, in my opinion, man. They've been wanting
Yeah.
to fight forever.
You know what? We was in New York talking about it, and I sat at the round table, and one of the media members, they was just like, "It's not gonna happen. It's probably not gonna happen." So, like I said, I hope it is gonna happen. I hope it will happen, but I know nobody's gonna be ready. He'll be if whoever comes out that tournament will be a not the tournament. Whoever comes out that fight will be a unified champion, and they definitely not gonna be willing to wanting to fight me so fast. And I already told people, I already said it. I'm not willing to wait. I'm not gonna wait on nobody. I feel like I'm the boss in all the situations now, so I'm not gonna wait. Yeah, my goal is to take all the belts, but at the end of the day, if they're trying to hold out, then I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna do something else. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to fight for all the belts.
Hey, we got another special guest host tonight. Won his first title this year too, Mr. Jamel Herring. Do you got anything you want to ask Regis?
Oh no, Regis, that's my boy. But all I want to say is because I know what he's been going through in terms of getting these fights to unify. So my only question is, if you don't, if you don't get,
I can't hear you now.
can you hear me?
I think so. Can you hear him, Regis?
Nah, I couldn't hear him. I couldn't. Nah, it went silent. I couldn't hear Jamel.
Can you hear him now? Speak, Jamel.
Yeah, Regis.
You still can't hear him?
Nope.
Ah, shit.
Crazy. I can hear him clearly though.
I don't know what's going on with that, then, Jamel. Let me see what the question was. Go ahead, Jamel.
Now, my question basically to him was, if he can't get that, unification for all 4 titles, would he consider moving up to welterweight for bigger fights there as well?
He said if you can't get the straps in at 140 for like undisputed, do you think that you'll be moving up to welterweight here pretty soon?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, my goal is, my goal always was to, get all the belts at 140. But if they holding out, whoever wins, and if they hold out, then yeah, I'm gonna go up to 147, of course.
Who are you on the target at 147?
Man, I've been wanting Crawford, since he was at 140, but he was when I was just coming up when he was leaving, so of course, whoever the champion at 147, when I go up, whoever the champion, the belts always leave hands. They leave hands pretty fast right now, but I don't think Crawford will be losing no time soon. I don't think so. I don't think he'll be losing his belt. So yeah, Crawford, Spence, whoever got the belts.
That's gonna be, man. It's gonna be very interesting to put your name in the mix at 147. I just asked Jamel about this. Keith Thurman is facing Manny Pacquiao here coming up. I believe next month in July. How do you see that fight going?
You know what? I think it'll be an interesting fight. Of course he not the Pacquiao old, but I just don't see. I don't know, bro. I don't think that Pacquiao still has. He looked old against Adrian. Um, he looked old against him, and he just I don't know. And I don't want he gonna fight somebody like Keith Thurman who has a kind of a difficult style of style. And good on his feet, he moves, and he has a lot of
His
power.
audio
So
keep going in and out.
I can't see Keith Thurman really beat me. I can't see Manny Pacquiao beat
Yeah, me. I don't know, man. I think Manny has a chance. Coming off a pretty dominant performance against Adrian Broner. I know Adrian Broner is not a Keith Thurman, but we all know Keith been off for a long period of time, and coming back against a dangerous opponent like Manny Pacquiao, who seems a little bit more motivated by Keith Thurman because Keith said he wants to end his career and stuff. So I think we're definitely in for a good fight. But I did want to get your reaction this past weekend. Anthony Joshua, devastating loss. Do you think he quit, and do you think that he can bounce back from this?
I think he can bounce. Of course, you can bounce back. I mean, a loss don't mean nothing, bro. I mean, everybody want to everybody want to say a loss means that you don't got it and all this type of shit, bro. I don't think that, bro. It's sad to see a champion like him go out like that. For me, I never want to take nothing against Ruiz, but for me, it just seemed like he just wasn't up for the fight. It looked like he thought it was gonna be an easy night, and Ruiz gave him hell. So, I definitely think he can bounce back. as far as him quitting, I don't know. I can't say he quit or not. I was there, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't think he quit. I just think that the referee looked in his eyes and there was glassy, and the referee called it off. But did he quit? I don't know, man. It's hard to call.
Yeah, man, it definitely is. Andy came out and said, "Shit, if y'all want me to fight over in the UK, I'm gonna need $50 million." Do you think he's asking for too much, or do you think he's in a rightful place to ask for that amount of money?
Who said that?
Andy Ruiz. He said, "I call the shots now. If AJ and Eddie want me to fight in England, I need 50 million."
Shit, I mean, why not? I mean, shit, I'll ask for the same thing too. Why not?
Thank
Might as
you.
well. I think it'll be a huge fight. I think it'll, how big his name is over there. I think it'll be a I think it'll be a real big fight. So, of course, I don't think he hope, hopefully he can get it. I hope the best for him, and I don't know what his money is for his fights and stuff. I don't know what he got for this fight, but I think it will be a real big fight if he go back over there because Andy Joshua is such a huge draw over there. So, shit, why not? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. So, have y'all got a date set for the WBA SS final yet?
So, uh-uh.
Has anything been like rumored or floated out, like the fall, August, September, October?
Um, I mean, from what I heard, maybe in September or October. So that's the only thing I heard.
What did you see when you looked in Josh Taylor's eyes after his fight?
It looked it looked he looked like ready. He looked ready. Look in his eyes, he was a serious person. Um, but for me, I can't say
The audio's low,
look in his
bro.
eyes. All my opponents are serious opponents. The eyes, my eyes don't mean that. It's just the eyes don't do the fight. Your hands do the body do the fight. So I can look in his eyes all he wants, but it don't mean nothing. But he had a good fight, of course. He did what he had to do. He got the W. Shit, and now me and him gonna fight.
I asked you this on our first interview. You know what I'm saying, when you were talking about going into the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest thing that you've seen from Josh Taylor in his last fight that you maybe have to be cautious of or plan against?
You know what? For me, I always do me, bro. I don't think that I have to watch out for him. I think he got to watch out for me. I'm more dangerous of the two. Out of us two, I'm more dangerous. I can do more things. So, as far as I seen what I've seen in him what I've been seeing. He's long, he's a good rangy southpaw. He does have power. He can mix it up, go to the body and the head, and he likes to go to war sometimes. So, I've been seeing the same thing in him, since the first time I saw him. So, but I just feel like he got to watch out for me. I don't got to watch out for him. I think I'm more dangerous than he is.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, man, Regis, I really don't want to take too much more of your time. If you got anything you want to tell the fans or any social media you want to give out, you can go ahead and give it out now.
Oh man, just thank everybody for keep following. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I moved out to LA now, so I'm out here living and training and stuff like that. I moved out here to get better, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm already in the gym. I sparred yesterday. I sparred the day before that. That's it. And so I just can't wait for this fight. I can't wait for them to announce this fight so I can officially start training camp. I'm always training. I'm always in the gym, no matter what. I'm always in shape. I always make sure I got a six pack all the time. So for me, it's just about let me know when it's the fight announced. I'm gonna go to training camp and I'm gonna whoop Josh Taylor ass.
Now, you did say if you can't get the belts, all the belts at 140, you will consider moving up to 147. And I know I said that was the last question, but I do got to ask you, what if the Mikey Garcia fight presents itself at 140?
That's the fight. Yes. Now, of course, like for me, I really think that it's three more fights for me at 140. I really think so. I think it's, of course, my next fight will be Taylor. After that, if we can get, of course, if we can get the winner of Hooker and Ramirez, and then I think a mega fight will be Mike Garcia. I thought that I said that probably about a year ago, and I kind of said it a little too early. A year ago, I said that in a year and a half, about 18 months, he'll be Regis Prograis, and Mikey Garcia will be one of the biggest fights in boxing. So I said that a year ago. So I think like maybe a year from now, or maybe a year from this date, maybe 18 months from now, I think that could be a real big fight. So of course, I want to fight the best out there, and I think Mikey is one of the best. And I've been wanting to fight him. So of course, if he's at 140, whatever, or even we can fight at 147, I think that'll be a big fight. That's gonna happen. That's what it'll be.
It's rumored that Mikey Garcia might be taking on Danny Garcia. Do you think that?
I saw that at 147, right?
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna be able to get past Danny? Danny coming off a big knockout against Adrian Granados, a guy that nobody's really able to like stop. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big win for Danny.
Yeah, you know what? That'll be a shit. I think that'll be a real good fight for both of them. I think it's I really think that's an even fight. You don't get too many even fights in boxing, but I really think that's a 50-50 fight. As far as who gonna win, I really can't even pick the winner. I want to go with, I would say, Danny, but then I would say Mikey. So I really don't know who will win that fight. I think it's, like I said, I think it's a pick 'em fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be definitely interesting to see that fight. But I think I lean more towards Danny Garcia. I think it's 50-50, but I lean more towards Danny.
Is Danny Garcia a fight that Regis would be interested in at 147?
Of course, man. Look, anybody, like I said, bro, I'm looking for anybody, bro. At 40, once I'm done at 40, I want the belts. If Danny Garcia is, of course, first off, I really think before I jump up to 147, I will have to test the waters at 140. I'll have to test the waters there first. So, when I make that jump up, then yeah, we'll get a couple of fights, and then start going after champions and stuff like that. But of course, whatever for me, whatever make the money, I guess it's gonna make sense.
So. Now you said going up to 147, you will have to test the waters. Now I do know that Lou DiBella represents Sergey Lipinets, who just moved to 147. Would that be a potential test the water kind of fight for you? He is coming off a big victory against Lamont Peterson.
Shit, yeah, of course. Shit, yeah, bro. Me and him actually was supposed to fight, not supposed to fight, but that was like a fight at 140 that we could have had, so it didn't happen. So yeah, of course, at 47, same thing, bro. Like whatever, like I said, for me, after 140, after I get the belts, do what I gotta do at 140, then I'm gonna look to 147, and whatever my team come up with, whatever names they come up with, and that's what we're gonna do.
Now you said names. Let's move past the names and let's just go straight to networks. You know what I'm saying? We know that you fight on the Zone right now on the WBSS, but you're not contractually obligated to any network. What is it going to take for a network to sign Regis Prograis?
A whole bunch of money, bro. First off, they have to.
Is it more about the money or the competition in your weight division?
A whole bunch of money, bro. It's I actually, I have a lot of offers actually right now sitting on the table from different networks. It's just waiting for me to finish out the tournament. So for me, it's the sky's the limit. Whatever. It's just I'm gonna sit down with my team and see which one that I'm gonna choose and see who give me the best offer. So I know they got a bunch of networks out there. So it just depends on, of course, money is people. That's what we fight for ultimately. You fight for the money and the belts, but at the same time, I don't want to be in a position like Crawford to where everybody at 147 besides himself is over sitting with on PBC, and he the only one at ESPN. So he wants to unify and do all that stuff, but he kind of stuck right now. He can't do none of that.
But Regis, you say that though, but what if let's say 147, you want to move up to 147, but the Zone comes in with a bigger offer than PBC is willing to offer you, but the competition for 147 is mainly on PBC. Do you think that you would choose the more money or possibly go with PBC, seeing that the more title belts and competition it's over there?
Well, you know what? It all depends on how much more money. That's all.
We ain't talking no hundreds of thousands. We're talking about millions, right?
Yeah, you definitely talk about millions. We ain't talking about no 100,000.
All right, then. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to play me. I know they out here trying to get you, big dog.
Yeah. You talk. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about. Oh, listen, of course, like no matter what network I'm gonna sign with, it's gonna come with 7 or 8 figures. So for me, it depends on. It all depends, bro. I mean, I can't say right now, but like I said, it all depends. Of course, you look at the money, but say just throwing a number out there, or something like that. Say ESPN offer me, I'm gonna say a crazy number. Say they offer me 100 million, and PBC offer me 70 million, or in the zone offer me 120 million or something like that. Of course, that's crazy numbers, but I'm just saying. Um, you just gotta see, because of course you can get more money from the fights. I don't know, bro. It really is. It's definitely a hard situation. It's a hard thing, So I'll be going through all those conversations, and it really in the next couple of months after this tournament is over, I'll be going through all those conversations. But of course, right now I just can't really think about it right now. But yeah, it is hard. It's really hard to think about all that stuff. So we'll see.
Well, Regis, man, I ain't gonna take no more of your time. That was the last question. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to you, and good luck in the upcoming tournament. Hopefully, we get a date pretty soon, and go ahead and bring it back to America, man. The Ali Trophy and Unified Champion of the World. Go ahead and give out your social media.
Is Facebook is Regis Prograde Boxing. Instagram is at Regis Prograde, and Twitter is at R Prograde.
Man, can we please get you to quit jumping in these creeks, bro? Like, what's
Hey,
going
bro,
on, man? You
that's
just
what
gonna
I
jump in
do.
the damn creek?
Listen, dog, I always tell people, bro, like I've been like that since I was little, dog. Like I really wake up and do what I want. Like I promise. Like I wake up every day. I'm just blessed to wake up and really do what I want. Like, of course, I love to go to the gym. I love to train, but
Bro,
as
I
far
seen
as
you try to catch an
outside that,
alligator, bro.
I do whatever,
I seen you
dog.
try to catch an alligator. Regis, what's going on, man? You need them
And
hands,
I'm
baby.
Cajun, bro. I'm from I'm from New Orleans, so I grew up like that. So, I just do what I want, dog. Like shit. When you saw me trying to catch the alligator, that shit was on the side of the road. We was coming from Slidell going back to New Orleans, and that's like the outskirts of like a different city or whatever. But anyways, we saw a little gator sitting on the side of the road. I like, man, pull the car over, pull it over. So I just try to catch his ass. So it just, for me, it's just spontaneous things. I just do, like I said, bro. I just do what I want. You ask my mom or daddy, they'll tell you since I was young. It ain't. I just do what I want. That's all. Like shit. The world is my playground, and I use it like that. So is I never have like a set plan of what I'm about to do. I just do it. Like I said, it be just something like that. I'll just ride down the highway and I saw a little alligator, like fuck, pull over, I'm about to grab this motherfucker. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like just shit like that. Like do this or do that. That's just how I am. I just do what I want.
Already, Regis. Well, man, thank you for your time, man. We do appreciate it. Thank you for joining the show. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Regis Prograde. Sorry about that, Jamel, man. What's going on, man?
No, you good. You good.
Had to get that shit figured out. I'm trying to figure out why my Skype is not working through my thing. Maybe I have to change outlets on it, man. Get that shit working because we need that Skype. They're gonna be mad if they can't call in. Well, yeah, for real. Let me go ahead and join this call right here, and we can go ahead and move on with the show. Got a couple more topics on here that we need to get to, and then we can get out to these callers. Man, y'all just bear with me, big dog. First week doing this, you know what I'm saying? He just left me, you know. He went on vacation to DR. He posted pictures in the pool with margaritas and shit, and left me back here with this, man. But it is what it is. I love it. Love boxing. Jamal Charlo saying shit, man. These guys gotta fight me, man. I want the big fight. I want Triple G. I want Canelo. He even said he's willing to go to Mexico to fight Canelo. Do you think the WBC should push that mandatory on Canelo and make him fight Jamal Charlo? Because he's been the number one contender for like over a year now.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Like, I think, man, I don't like the bad mouth the sport at times, but I think it's all about who you know and who's who you stand behind more. And it's like the WBC for a while now. It's like we've seen it's like they fold a lot to what Canelo may want to do, and I respect Canelo. Canelo's the bigger name; he's a star, and he has that leverage. But it also comes to the fact that he can sit there and say he wants to go to he'll go to Mexico and fight him, but it's bigger than that. Like it's all about like you point out, it's these networks that you're on. These networks, who's advising you, who's promoting you, that plays a huge part in it as well. And it's like unless the sanctioning body, mandates it and forces the fight, what I mean, it's not gonna happen.
Definitely agree with that, man. But it's like one of those fights that in my opinion has got to happen sooner or later. I
Right.
know
I
if
mean, like I
not,
said, it's
Jamal
same
doesn't
thing.
have the name of Canelo right now, but he's definitely one of those guys that I want to see in the ring and get a big fight with one of these big guys at 160.
But we can say the same thing like with Bud's situation. It's like, okay, Bud versus Errol is a fight that has to happen, but it's like one of the situations where it's all about where you're at right now. You know what I mean? The fights is not getting made because of who you're aligned with, and that goes the same way. Like right now, okay, we can say that the welterweight division is basically controlled by PBC brand. Okay, cool, but right now the middleweight division, the bulk of it is over there with the zone.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
like say Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andre, Canelo. Then you got guys either at 68 that's willing to come down from 168 to fight Canelo at 160. So it's like, Canelo has options already over there at the zone. So it's like, and same goes for somebody like the guys at PBC in the welterweight division. They have options to fight Canelo at the welterweight division, but it's not like they're desperate. Canelo has there at the zone. So
Right
like,
now I think we have some audio difficulties. I don't think they can hear.
like
Can y'all hear Jamel out there in the chat?
To fight Canelo at 160. Like, not like they're desperate. Canelo has
right now I think we have some audio.
Oh, yeah,
difficulties. I don't think they can hear. Can y'all hear Jamel? Turn it off. Go out to the Skype. Call right quick. News and notes. Adam Kownacki is fighting Chris Arreola August 3rd at the Barclays Center. Also on that card, we have Marcus Brown versus John Pascal and Andre Berto versus Miguel Cruz. Looks like it's going to shape out to be a good card, but that Kownacki Arreola fight is going to be a slugfest in my opinion. Both guys come forward.
Kownacki. That fight ain't going the distance.
Definitely. I don't see it going the distance. Kownacki comes forward, throws a lot of punches. Arreola shells up and counters pretty well. So that should be Arreola's coming off a big win actually on the Mikey Garcia card. So he should be ready in a prime for this fight. But Kownacki, man, he's been doing dudes dirty. He went the distance when Charles Martin, but had a devastating knockout against Gerald Washington. So excited to see him back in the ring. Yo, can you hear me? Oh, you froze up on me. All right, moving on. I'm saying hopefully we can get Jamel back, but he froze up on me. Announced we have. I don't know what's going on with that. We have Aries Lara versus Ramon Alvarez, and Caleb Truax and Peter Cullen will get it on again. They had
another one.
Hey man, Jamel, leave out, come back in, bro.
Another one too, man.
No, man, it ain't me. Just bad audio right now. I don't know what's going on.
Audio.
Yep. Yeah, mute up, man. Come back in. All right, yeah, we're gonna move on from that, bro. Sorry about that, you guys. The audio trouble. Right now, Arizona Lara will be facing Ramon Alvarez, and Peter Quillen will be fighting Caleb Truax. So that should be a good fight. It's on August 31st, and it's going to be on Fox. So I'm excited to see that fight.
Perfect.
Yo, you back? Talk to me.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Sorry about that. Bet that you
guys. I'm back.
Cool. All right, moving right along. We have Makabu will be facing Mike Perez in a 12-round cruiserweight fight. Uh, that's like a crossroad fight. Both guys can really afford a loss. You know what I'm saying? Mike Perez, I believe, last fought in the WSS tournament. Makabu, I don't know when he last fought. So should be a competitive fight, but it's like the middle of the road fight. One guy's career is going to be progressing, and the other guy a career probably going to be coming to an end. So
Right.
definitely gonna be tuning in for that because that seems like it has the potential to turn out to be a good fight.
Yeah, it's crazy because at one point in time, Mike Perez's ceiling was high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, very high. Cuban background, you know what I'm saying? Good boxer. Tried his hand out at heavyweight, lost a lot of weight, came back down to cruiserweight, and definitely thought he was gonna be a player, but you know, sometimes sometimes you won't.
Yeah, boxing, boxing is funny like that, man.
Definitely. Moving right along, we have Bernard Hopkins will be inducted into the Atlantic Boxing Hall of Fame. Good look for Bernard, you know what I'm saying? Glad to see him getting his flowers while he can still smell them. And it's good look for Atlantic City Boxing too, you know what I'm saying? Having a guy, a legend like Bernard in your Hall of Fame is really a delight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? The guy has
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on, like B Hop was breaking records, making history. You know, well past his 40s.
well past his 40s. So yeah, man, definitely a good look, man. Out here fighting these young guys, you know what I'm saying? Just wish his career could have ended a little bit smoother.
Yeah,
Uh
right, man. Yeah, that last fight, man. I wish it
yeah,
would
man.
it
And
would
I
get.
just hate that because that's the last thing that this younger generation gonna remember, gonna latch on to. Oh yeah, that's the guy who got knocked out by so and so, but he fell out of the ring. It's just gonna be like,
Right.
man, you guys are diminishing a true legend of the sport. A guy who went to jail, got his life right, got out of jail, don't smoke, don't drink, don't eat. No, I
Crazy
don't even think
guy,
he use
got out of
sugar.
jail, got out of jail, lost his first fight, like you pointed out, had no amateur background, none of that. You know what I mean? Took care of it, takes care of his body even till this day. You know, and was you know what I'm saying, beating guys that people thought he shouldn't be beating well past his prime.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Good look for B Hop, bro. I really do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? From the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, definitely good look. Chad Dawson says, "Shit, I'm gonna dust myself off, man. Coming back and try to get some of this money. He'll be back July 29th versus Quentin Rankin in South Carolina. Do you think it's a little bit too late for Chad to try to come back, or do you think he possibly has a little bit in, left in the tank?"
I mean, well, we just have to see. Like I said, you still got the guys in his generation, like you know John Pascal still around. You know, you ain't still fighting high level fights because, like you pointed out, John's is fighting Marcus Brown. But like I said, at the same time, those layoffs, you know, can really aid you a lot quicker in the sport. So we'll just have to see. But you know, shout out to Chad Dawson. You know, much respect to him. Hope he does well.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hope he does well. Also on this card or on these notes. Oh man, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this next topic, man. Zab Judah is back versus Cletus Sheldon in a 12-round junior welterweight fight. Zab is old, man. He's a legend in the game. Definitely done everything you can do in boxing, but man, this might be a tough fight for him. I know Cletus Sheldon is not a world beater. He's not you know what I'm saying, even really world title level, you know what I'm saying? But he is a guy that has a rough and tough style that tries to beat you up. And
Right, and you know the funny thing is, man, I went to school with Cletus, man, which
oh,
is
okay.
funny. But like
I bet you thought he was black when first time you heard his name.
for real, then it's like you know, you got the Hebrew hammer, you know, let you know exactly what he is. But Zab, I think Zab sees all that money going around in the sport now. Because, like I said, the sport of boxing right now, people could, at one point saying the sport is dead, but you know, years later, they just handing out money right now. You know, to the fighters on certain levels and things of that nature. But I think you know Zab, like I'm with you too, man. Like I said, I love Zab. I've always been a big Zab fan growing up.
But I think his shot is the fact that his shot in winning this fight is basically because we seen how
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
nah, you're good. We seen how Cletus, did against a pure boxer. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do well with guys that are basically move around and use the whole ring. Cletus is a guy like you point out. He's coming at you full throttle, and he's coming there, to bang on you and try to get you out of there. So if Zab, boxes and still has some leg, still has his legs up under him, he may have a shot. But like I said, man, Cletus is young and hungry and trying to get back to that level before he got knocked off, because Cletus was real close to a title shot until he suffered his first loss.
Definitely was, man. I believe he's lost to Ulysses.
I think it was a French Canadian fighter on the
Oh
HBO
yeah,
card.
he did. It was on that
HBO card.
Yeah, he boxed the shit out there.
That's what I'm saying. That's the fight I'm referring to. Like, if Zab can box and without taking too much punishment, he may steal a victory out. But other than that, like I said, man, Cletus is a tough guy, tough as they come.
If you want to be part of the conversation and give your opinion, go ahead and add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Go ahead and add Nestor Gibbs on Skype, and I will add you to the conversation so you can voice your opinion here on the Boxing Voice. You know what I'm saying? Voice of the people. And if you want to go one step farther to support your channel, head over to Patreon/theboxingvoice.com and go ahead and become a Patreon member for as little as $3 a month, a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call it. Or you can get the $5 tier or the wrinkle tier or boomerang tier, which you will see what that is tonight. People that have boomerang and ringer and mastermind get to cut the line. They ain't got to wait in line. They ain't got to do all that. Oh man, I got to wait in line. I don't want to wait in line. They ain't got to do that. They can just cut the line, have the call, and then go away. So if you want that perk, go ahead and head over to Patreon/theboxingvoice.com and check that out. On that Zab Judah card, we have James Buddy McGirt versus David Papat in a 12-round middle fight. Now, is this the same Buddy McGirt son?
Yeah.
Okay. What you know about him?
It's crazy. Like, I spoke to his father. His father actually showed a lot of love for me being from Long Island. He actually stayed to watch my fight, and I didn't know till after I won the fight against Ito that I was basically the third world champion to come out from Long Island, because Buddy McGirt was the first, and then Chris Algieri, I guess, was the second. But Buddy McGirt showed a lot. He showed a lot of love. I got some much respect for Buddy, but I just haven't heard much from his son in terms of boxing. I think it's just one of those situations where, my dad boxed, I'm gonna try my hand in it. One of those type of things. But I don't know. Like I said, I can't. I if I'm being truthful, I don't even think I even seen any of his son's fights. But I know that I'm surprised he's even still fighting. But we'll just have to see.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm really gonna be checking him out this week, because I haven't never seen him fight before. So want to see how he got on this card. I want to see if a talent there. Roberto Duran Jr. is also on this card. Don't know much about him, but he says he wants to make a big splash in boxing and really propel the Duran name. Have you ever seen him fight?
Yeah, actually, we actually fought on the same card back in December when the last time Jesse Hart had fought, when he fought Ramirez. It was that card out in Texas, and I think he got the guy out in like the first round or so. But like I said, I think he's still in a developing process, so we won't know until he starts stepping up, what he's capable of. But I have seen him fight.
Speaking of Jesse Hart, he's gonna be fighting, I believe, Sullivan Barrera.
Yeah, Barrera.
How do you see that fight breaking down and playing out?
I think it's a good fight. Like I said, I believe Jesse was killing himself at one point in time to make 168, because Jesse's a big boy. Jesse's actually, me and Jesse been on USA teams together in the past as amateurs. But Barrera is a good fighter as well. But I believe Jesse's motivated and hungry to get back on the winning track. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes as well.
Absolutely. Now, don't forget, if you want to be part of the conversation, all thing you gotta do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype, and we would definitely get to you. Teofimo Lopez versus Masayoshi Nakatani, official for July 19th, IBF eliminator in Oxon Hill, Maryland. Teofimo, man, he's moving pretty fast, man. They're definitely pushing him at the 135 mark, and the IBF at 135 has Richard Comey, so they're targeting him. How do you
Right.
see? Do you know about Masayoshi?
I don't know nothing about his opponent, but I definitely know a lot about Teofimo and Comey. And like you pointed out, Teofimo, because we're under the same banner with Top Rank, he's been pushing Top Rank to get him, to the quickest route to a title. So we'll have to, if he continues to perform the way he's been performing his last couple of fights, and it seems like he's been getting better, he should handle his next opponent well. But once he gets to the Comeys and the Lomachenkos that he wants, he's gonna have to basically step it up a whole another notch because at that level is totally different from what he's been at recently.
Looking at Teofimo, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia, they're all in that 135 weight class. Who do you see as being or as going to be maybe that emerging star and possibly propel the sports for years to come?
It's crazy because Ryan Garcia has the huge following that they keep pointing out, but Haney and Lopez are the ones that's basically fighting the tougher fights at this point. And and nothing against Ryan Garcia. Like I know the guys over there at Golden Boy, Robert Diaz and Eric Gomez, and they're just basically moving Garcia at a pace that they feel comfortable with moving him. And that's their job. They don't want to ruin their investment, and risk messing up everything. But right now it seems like the Devin Haney's and the Teofimo Lopez are the ones that are basically going to get to that that level a lot quicker than Ryan Garcia, who has the bigger following, which is crazy.
Yeah, most definitely. And you can really throw Tank Davis' names in there too. I think he's getting too big for the weight class at 130 and he possibly maybe move up to 135. And we all know that he has history with Devin Haney, that they've been in the doghouse together. And he has some social media online beef with King Ryan Garcia. So he's definitely going to be a player in that division too.
And don't forget, like I said, the Lomachenko's still at 35.
Lomachenko's still at 35,
he's
man.
trying to collect all the belts. So if he happens to do that, these guys about to go through him to get a title shot. Just to see a belt.
Yeah, man. Loma is one of those guys that I look at and be like, man, he's good. But I want to see him in there. And I know he fought Gary Russell. I know he fought Gary Russell. Gary Russell is a damn good fighter, very, very talented. But I want to see him in there with a guy who's actually going to be aggressive and throw a lot of punches on you.
I think we actually have a chance of seeing that fight if some way somehow that he happens to fight Richard Comey before the Comey Teofimo fight takes place, whatever. But I was looking forward to seeing that fight because Comey, he's a rough, durable fighter that's going to keep coming, and he has power. You know what I mean? So I was looking forward to seeing that fight, but. Man, I agree with you, man. We just have to see him fight, a different style than what we've been seeing lately. But like it's nothing. Lomachenko still has the goods. Like you said, he has the goods, and hopefully, he's around long enough to see those fights.
Hopefully, he is around to get those fights. Do you think he's gonna move up to 140 anytime soon?
I don't think it's so much of him moving up. I think it's so much of him after he completes his goal. He may just disappear and move out from boxing because he has stated in the past that he feels that 135 is even a little too big for him. So I definitely don't see him moving at 140. And there's even been rumors of him going back down to 30 at times. So it's like, one of the things like if he stays around that 35 or whatever and does what he does, he may just happen to he could just retire early. I mean, look at Andre Ward.
Off again, Jamel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm saying, I don't think Loma's gonna hang it up anytime soon.
I mean, they keep pouring that money at them. Then I mean, anything keep you around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely agree with that. All right, man. Moving on to a couple more things on the docket. We're gonna get out to these calls and shit. Call it a night. Jorge Cota steps in for Tony Harrison to face Jamel Charlo. Harrison got, I believe, a ankle injury, and I was so hyped to see that fight too, man. Those guys do not like each other, and I felt like the rematch was going to be more action packed. But Jorge Cota, for those who don't know, is a guy that fought Erickson Lubin. Lubin was able to get rid of him, and I believe in like four to 6 rounds.
Right.
And Jamel Charlo is now going to be fighting him. What's your opinion and thoughts on Jamel and Tony not fighting and the fill-in?
Like, I agree with you. I was looking forward to that rematch. Because there's real, genuine bad blood there. So of course, Jamel always felt like he was the best junior middleweight in the division. So he has a chip on his shoulder, and Tony wants to prove that he won that last fight fair and square, or whatever. So I was looking forward to that fight, but I mean, injuries happen. We know that in boxing, but I just don't like you said, the replacement. The replacement doesn't get me to like, oh, I got to see that fight. You know what I mean? Even if it's on a short notice. There's been better opponents. I mean, look at Andy Ruiz. And a short notice came in with what he did, but I don't feel like Jamel has a real threat in front of him. Like I said, the guy's already been stopped. I seen his box red every time he steps up, he gets stopped or whatever. So I feel like Jamel's gonna stop him as well.
Now, how frustrating is it? Have you ever had a guy get injured like midway through camp and you found out that you were going to be fighting somebody else?
Man, I had a guy that actually came in 8 pounds overweight at the weigh-in, and they had to give me a replacement overnight. So
he came in 8 pounds overweight, bro.
8 pounds overweight. Like a couple of years ago, I pulled the fight on Showbox, and I actually got pushed off the card because my opponent missed weight, and then with a replacement, he didn't fit the criteria to be on Showbox. So yeah, I've been through situations where I trained for one thing and I got another. Well,
you got to admire the fact that he still tried to come get that check, even though he was 8 pounds overweight.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, bro. Like,
he said, "Hold on,
I couldn't even get mad. I had to laugh. I had to laugh it off and just keep it moving."
That is crazy. How do you see that 154 division like shaping out? Because we just had a big upset. J-Rock beat Swift Hurd. Well, I don't really call it an upset because I knew what J-Rock could do just by seeing him in that first Jamal Charlo fight. Even though he lost and got knocked out, he did have some good points in that fight. So I knew that if he's able to box and really be consistent with his boxing, then he could give Jarrett Hurd trouble because Jarrett Hurd is like come for a fighter, but not a lot of head movement.
I mean, yeah, man. J-Rock looked great in that fight, man. Like, he looked totally different from the guy that we seen against Jamal Charlo. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, he was hungry. He did what he had to do. I got love for both of them. I trained alongside both individuals one point in time in training camps and such. But J-Rock is definitely a big player in the division. Whether regardless of what you may say about his past, loss or whatever to Jamal Charlo and things of that nature, but like I said, he came back. He did what he had to do, and right now, people are saying that he's at the top of the division.
Yeah, man, he is the unified champion of
right.
154 right now, so he is the head honcho. If a rematch happens, do you see Swift Hurd being able to do anything different in that fight, or do you see it playing out pretty much how it played out last time?
Well, as of yesterday, it's crazy. As last night, matter of fact, I heard that he was leaving his trainer, and he's out.
Jarrett Hurd is leaving Eddie Reynoso.
Yeah, so that right there is a step that he's trying to make changes into his game.
Again, are they overreacting just because of a loss, or is it something that like when Lennox Lewis said, you can't go to university with your third grade teacher, meaning when you get to that college level or that university level, you need a professor, somebody who has a PhD in boxing.
I mean, like I said, man, it could be both because
I mean, easy for you to say. I mean, your training only trained the undisputed champion and a unified champion at 135. Don't forget, he's also a champion at 147. So yeah, man.
It's like this though, like Jared's been with this dude since the beginning. So I was like, when I seen that, I was kind of surprised. I was kind of thrown off. But like at the same time, we don't know what took place in that camp. Something may have took place in that camp where, Jared is looking back on now and says, you know what, I need to make changes because what we were doing up until now is not cutting anymore. So that could be also. But at the same time, it was like, they've been together, so it was like, I hope they left on a mutual respect. But like, I mean, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. FA a Jogba added to the Pacquiao card. The reason why I added FA on here, man, I really like FA, man. Ever since I first seen him fight, man, he just looks like a dude that you just don't want to fuck with, man. Like you don't want to see him in a club, outside the club, and you step on his shoes, or you really don't just want to mess with that guy. Big, got an 88-inch reach, and can hit like a truck. So he's such a terrifying fighter. You know as well as I know, Curtis Harper said, you know what? Not tonight. I'm not going with him tonight, you know what I'm saying? And walked out of the ring. So FA Jogba are forever going to be at least a gift or something like that on the internet. But excited to see you added to the Pacquiao card, get you some shine and show the people what you can do. Have you seen him fight before?
Oh yeah, man. Like you pointed out, my man jumped out, how to get out the ring, like, quick exit. So like, I mean, I like him. I feel like, he's still developing, but in heavyweight division, all it takes is one punch. You ain't got to be the greatest technician in the heavyweight division, to make some noise. So I like him. I like to see more of him, of course. I mean, it seems like he's been staying busy, so I give them credit for that. But yeah, definitely, I want to see what he can be as he gets further in his career.
Yeah, man, me too, man. And he definitely got a damn good trainer in Ronnie Shields. Bob Arum shoots down rumors of Kovalev joining a light heavyweight tourney. I think Kovalev came out on a Talk Sports show or something like that and said that he had some interest in joining like a future light heavyweight tournament that would include all the champions and top contenders. But Bob Arum came out and shot that down and said we don't give our fighters away to other networks while giving Jose Ramirez away to the zone. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but we're gonna move on from that. Amir Khan and Virgil Hunter decide to split, and Alex Ariza is going to be his new trainer. What do you feel about like Amir Khan, like leaving another guy leaving his trainer after a loss? Like, do you think it was Virgil Hunter fault, or were you just in there with a guy that is just superior?
I don't know, man, because Amir Khan bounces over. He's been doing this for like the longest now, man. Every time, he something doesn't go his way, and I like Amir. It's like, he thinks, oh, I gotta change trainers. He with Freddie Roach. Then once he started going on a decline, he left Freddie. Then he jumped to this one. Then he jumped, so it's like, yeah, it's just funny with Amir, man. Like his career since he's been at welterweight, at least, has just been ups and downs. Like he's at 35 and 140. He was doing real good things, but it's like since he went up to 47, he hasn't had the best ride.
Yeah, man, definitely agree with that, man. But he can't make 140, so you gotta fight at 147. Speaking of fighting, he's fighting a guy named Shafiq. What's that guy's name? They had a press conference the other day. It was kind of entertaining, but they're fighting for the WBC Pearl belt, which I just think it's a money grab.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's definitely a money grab because the fight is going on in Saudi Arabia, and I don't really put much stock in that fight. So, Amir Khan, get your money, man. Hopefully, to see you back in a real fight sooner or later. Last thing on the docket, Frank Warren says he made an offer to Callum Smith team for a unification fight with Billy Joe Saunders. That's a good fight. Right. That's a good fight. I like Billy Joe, man. I don't like all his antics outside of the ring, all that bullshit that he does. But as far as the fighter, Billy Joe, I definitely like him, man. He's definitely.
Yeah, I would like to see him get back in the mix at 160. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But he ran away, man. He ran away, man. He didn't want to see Boo Boo. He said, let me take some of this damn sniff allergy medicine or some shit. And I don't know what's going on with that because it's legal in the UK, but it's not legal in the US. But Vada and WADA like supposed to be like working together or something like that. But I don't understand it, man. Like if, in my opinion, drug testing, if you're gonna do drug testing, do that shit universal. Whatever's bad over there is bad over here. Whatever's good over here is good over there. You can't have
Right.
all these different rules where guys have to constantly be on their toes and see what they're taking, because it could have been just some allergy medicine that he didn't know about.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I think these you know these organizations that test that for PEDs and such, they all need to be on the same page, man. Like they all have to have the same what's allowed and what's not allowed. Feel me? Because a lot of guys are getting away. Or well, it's legal over here in the book in our book over here and this that, and the third. But it's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's definitely crazy, bro. I don't understand it. But yeah, I mean, that's the last thing on the topic. Remember, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Add NESTORGIBBS on Skype to be part of the conversation. I don't have the El Camino soundbite, but I do have my voice, which it could be better. Big ups to El Camino, the electric car leader in charging cars in the tri-state area. They do a great job, man. So if you got a smart vehicle or a car that runs off electric energy, definitely check them out if you're in the tri-state area, man. El Camino, they do a fabulous job in your car with charge, and it will be very, very, very beneficial to you. But yeah, man, like us on YouTube, so go ahead and smash that button. Patreon/Boxing Voice, go ahead and sign up. We do a weekly betting show, which is tomorrow. Ness won't be here, so I will have to try to do something for the betting show. We're definitely gonna do a betting show, but I'm gonna try to maybe give y'all a freebie. I might give y'all a freebie, man. If this video right here gets to 300 likes, 400 likes by tomorrow morning, then I'll definitely give you a betting show on the free channel. So check that out. You know what I'm saying? Patreon. If you want to go one step farther, when you do your Amazon shopping, head over to boxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on the Amazon link. The only thing you got to do for the Amazon link is bookmark it, save it, and just do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing. I mean, it costs you no extra charges, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. Now, going out on Skype, we got Marcus. Marcus, talk to me, big dog. You muted right now. Marcus, talk to me. Marcus, talk to me, Marcus. Can you hear me? Marcus going once. Marcus going twice. We're going out to H Money. H Money from the zone. Talk to me, H Money.
Hey, yo, you can hear me, Mike?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. DAZN, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year. And Mike, I gotta give you my update on the top 5 heavyweights in the world right now. Okay, this is my top 5 heavyweights pound for pound list. Of course, number 1 is Deontay Wilder, my big brother. Yes, sir. He's number 1, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Number 2, we have Andy Ruiz, the destroyer, the guy who just destroyed Anthony Joshua, ended his career. He's number 2 right now. And Mike, I gotta say, Andy Ruiz, like Ness was telling us, he said he could be bigger than Canelo. I believe Andy Ruiz, he can be bigger than Canelo when he wins this rematch. Once he goes to the UK and he beats him, this will make Andy Ruiz bigger than Canelo. Okay, Mike. At number 3, we have Tyson Fury on this list right now because he fought Deontay Wilder. Even though Deontay Wilder did knock him out, I'm gonna keep him on that list because he fought the boogeyman in Deontay Wilder. At number 4, we have Usyk. Mike, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing in the zone. We still have the top heavyweights with Usyk and Dylan White at number 5. You got Usyk, undisputed champion, at number 4. He's making his debut real soon. And Dylan White at number 5. And also we have Felix Hergovic. I know you watched that fight, Mike. I know you like his knockout, man. He remind me of Andrew Galata a little bit. I'm a big fan of him. And Mike, I just want to say, Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez on DAZN. Once again, it's DAZN taking over boxing, Mike. I told you, man. I mean, it's a blessing. DAZN is good for boxing. I mean, and shout out to you, Mike, having my boy Regis Prograde, Mike. I gotta salute you. You know I'm a big fan of boxing. And the zone, come on, you bringing my favorite fighters. You interviewing my favorite fighters. I gotta salute you. You making it happen. Everybody hit the like button right now for my brother Mike. You heard me? And Mike, I gotta say Triple G, he's making his debut, and I got Triple G winning by knockout, Mike. He's getting the big dollars from the zone. The zone paying fighters the most money. Until PBC start paying fighters some money, then I'll stop talking. I mean, Andy Ruiz, he had to come to the zone to get a title shot and get his biggest payday. So everybody's saying the zone this and the zone that, but everybody's talking about the zone. Every day, every show we doing, it's about the zone because the zone is making the most moves. The zone, they're putting on the best fights. I mean,
Yeah, gotta cut H Money off. Gotta cut H Money off. We going out to JD on Skype. JD on Skype, man. Talk to me, big dog. How you living? Calling out JD on Skype. Talk to me, JD. All right. No JD. Alex Lemon on Skype. Talk to me, Alex. You on mute, Alex. You gotta unmute yourself.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Alex, man? How you living?
Hey, Knock. What's up, man? Doing good, man. Great show. Hey, man. I gotta let everybody know that's listening, man. Gabriel Flores Jr., man, he's fighting this Saturday on ESPN, co-main event, man. Mike, you ever heard of a 19-year-old kid straight out of high school already in his second co-main event?
Man, hey, now, not really. It must be lovely. It must be nice.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm so glad that he's getting this exposure like this, and everybody's getting to see now, because I've been watching him, man. I've been watching him since day one before his first professional fight, and I've seen it with him and Coach Flores, man. I was like, man, the ring IQ, the technique, the ability. I was like, this kid has it, and every fight, all he does is prove it, man. He's out there, and he lives, breathes. All they do is eat, sleep, boxing, bro. That's all they do over there in Stockton, man. Bunch of hitters over there, man. And so I'm excited to see him fight again this Saturday. And then Jose Ramirez fighting Maurice Hooker. Let me kill the confusion of why it's on the zone.
Let me know. Let me know.
Ramirez,
Let me know. Did Eddie give Bob some extra money or something?
Listen, of course, compensation's involved. Of course, that's the bottom line. But I told you, Ness, I told you guys months ago when I talked to Jose Ramirez, he told his promoter, Rick, he said, look, I want a unification fight. I want to unify. He goes, I want Maurice Hooker, and that's it. And that's it. He left it at that. I want Maurice Hooker. Next, make it happen. That's your job, right? That's a promoter's job, is to give the fighter what he wants. And Rick told me himself. Rick said, hey, Jose demanded it. I got to make it happen. I got to do what I got to do. And I asked him, I said, well, what about the zone and ESPN, that conflict right there? He says, well, there's compensation, there's things to work out, but we can make it happen. But one side has to be willing to do that. And Jose Ramirez's side was willing to do that. And so I give him nothing but respect and credit to Jose Ramirez for making this fight happen, because that shows that any fight that between champions that are on different networks and stuff, it could happen if the fighter was willing to take, to take that step and say, hey, make it happen. I'll do whatever I have to do. You know what I mean?
Already,
so
Alex,
man. That, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
So look forward to the Saturday. Gabriel Flores.
All right. Late stoppage?
Gabriel Flores Jr.?
Yeah.
Man, I'm going knockout early.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see, man. Thanks for calling in, big dog. Going out to Stone Boxing. Stone Boxing on Skype. Stone Boxing on Skype. Going out to you, man. Talk to me. Stone Boxing on Skype. Going once. Going twice. All right, going out to Anon on Skype. Anon, A-N-O-N, on Skype. Talk to me.
Yeah, so it looks like Mexican boxing is doing a lot right now. So imagine you get Canelo boxing in Mexico, and then you get Ruiz boxing in Mexico. You know, these guys are doing a lot like right now. From a UK standpoint, I think Callum Smith is coming to knock out Canelo, and I think Joshua's going to knock out Ruiz as well. So UK is coming back soon.
Okay. That's all you got to say?
Yeah, that's my statement. I don't know if you have anything else to say about that, but that's my statement.
All right, man. Well, shit, great call, man. Thanks for calling in, man. We got Marcus on Skype. Marcus on Skype, man. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good, Mike?
What's up, man? Trying to get this shit, you know what I'm saying, rocking, but you know how it is. When you learn on the fly, you're going to fuck up a little bit.
You got that Fisher Price, my first mixing board type shit.
Nah.
Jamel,
I ain't got that big boy like Ness now. I ain't got that big boy like Ness. My shit is a little bit smaller than his.
ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing. You got to start somewhere. Jamel still there or he gone?
Now, I believe Jamel's still here, man. Jamel, you
No,
still there?
I'm still here, man. I'm still here.
Now, I can only hear Jamel on YouTube, and I can hear you.
So
Okay, you on Skype. But yo, check this out. Yeah. But yo, check this out. Tell Jamel, congratulations, man. I've been watching him grind for a long time. I'm glad it finally paid off. I'm gonna get through these topics real quick. One or two things. Andy Ruiz said, you want me to come to London? You want me to come to UK and fight for $50 million? He putting the same shit on him that he put on Deontay. You know what I'm saying? Deontay said, you think it's $100 million? AJ said, well, you know, there's $100 million fight. Give me 50. They pulled up with the 50. He ain't fight. Either one or two things. Andy Ruiz is telling them 50 because he know he ain't gonna come up with it, so he could take like a homecoming fight every, you know what I'm saying, get, you know, feather his pocket a little bit, get your, you know what I'm saying, get your little fight in between fighting AJ. AJ shouldn't rush back this fight anyway, so Andy Ruiz is gonna tell him that if they come up with the 50 million, he should go over there. But if he doesn't, he should take another fight and then go over and fight AJ whenever. As far as you had said something about Bud. So I want a lot of people be talking about Bud being on that side, but you gotta look at this. Would you go play somewhere where you like behind four other people jockeying for a starting position, or would you go somewhere where you the lead dog? Because at the end of the day, all the Bud's ESPN fights have way more views than all these other dudes that's fighting on regular TV when they fighting on Fox, FS1, or the other channels when they not pay-per-view. You gotta think about that. Bud got way more views, and at the end of the day, yes, the networks because. But they going to make the fights because the fight's supposed to happen, and that's all it is too. Because the fans will stop buying that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was something else you touched on. I wanted to say something about. I think Jamel had talked about it, but you know what I'm saying? If I was Bud, I'd do what Bud do too, because he the lead horse. If Fury did the same thing, Fury went over there. He know he gonna get a fight to feather his pockets again, because like I said, you only get 4 elite fights in your life. Like if you're an elite fighter, you don't get 12 and 16 elite fights. That's why Mayweather was so good. Because usually you so well matched in those fights, it take a pound of flesh out you, dog. Like a lot of people think Andre Ward retired just to retire. Them 2 fights against Kovalev, dog, took some pounds of flesh out his ass. And Jamel could tell you, when you start getting up in that echelon and you well matched and y'all going back and forth, it does take a toll on your body, man. So you know, those dudes need to take a fight in between the lighter opponent, whatever that means these days, and move on, man. But what's one other topic you was talking about, man? I wanted to chime in on.
Probably changing trainers. Probably changing trainers.
Oh yeah, you know that's my pet peeve, right? You know that's my thing. Listen,
I already knew. I'm surprised.
I can name the fighters: Barry Hunter, trainer; Ernesto. I was just talking to Mark Two Shop Johnson, who's a Hall of Fame trainer. We was talking about different stuff, but he ain't say this, so I ain't gonna put him out there like that. I'm saying me. This is what I say. You know, and it goes back what Lennox Lewis say. A lot of these dudes just be having community centers, and real good talent walks into the door. You know what I'm saying? And the talent sometimes carry past their inexperience in the boxing game. Jared Hurd needs to move on from them to, I'd rather say, just like Gennady did. There's only a couple people that's out there that's under old school style of training where these dudes train every day. Joe Goulston, Ronnie Shields. I say Jonathan Banks just because he was under Emmanuel Stewart, and maybe like Nassim Richards and them was under a couple people. And then here in DC, I say, you know what I'm saying, it's like 1 or 2 people here. But other than that, Jared not with them people though, so that's why he got to move on. But you know, at some point in time, your trainers get selfish. You see what I'm saying? See, so as a trainer, you should be able to call an experienced trainer in because you'll wind up learning from them too. But because they so selfish and want to be able to say, "Oh man, I'm the one that took you all the way," then they actually do a disservice to their fighter. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Like an Andre, when you have like an Andre Rozier who got a Danny Jacobs, but you don't have nobody else. When you got a Barry Hunter who got a Lamar Peterson, but he can't shell out nobody else. You got a Kevin Cunningham who got a Devin Alexander, but can't produce nobody else. You got a Mike Stafford who can produce an Adrian Broner, but he can't produce anybody else. It's a credit to them that they got them dudes in. But bring an experienced dude that's came underneath them Georgie Bentons, them Lou Duvers, the Joe Goosens, the Brunelli brothers that was and learn more about the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna take up no more
Marcus,
time, man. But
big dog. Great call, man. Can't let you go on for about 16 hours now.
yeah, I'm out. You already know. I ain't gonna take up too much time. Boxing Boys for life, baby.
Already, man. Great call, Marcus. Going out to Annan on Skype. Go ahead and use that boomerang, bro. You want to use your boomy? Come on in. Go on once, Annan. Anon from the UK. Talk to me.
So yeah, basically I want to say as well that a lot of people I just watched the obviously I know this is about Canelo, and yeah, I think Canelo should fight Callum Smith. I think as I've said basically, but I think a lot of people underestimate Joshua's performance against Ruiz because Ruiz can take a good punch, and Joshua hit Ruiz with a lot of good punches, and like yeah, so Joshua did all right actually, and I think he'll come back a lot stronger.
All right, man.
Yeah, people do underestimate Ruiz and what Ruiz did against Joshua. So I don't think it was to do with a lot of people talking about Joshua wasn't prepared or Joshua was underestimating Ruiz and stuff like that. Ruiz in his own right was a good fighter. But, yeah, I do expect Joshua to come back and knock out Ruiz. What do you think?
Man, I think you just gotta wait till the day, man. Joshua came in with a flat performance and just didn't deliver. He's gonna have a chance to redeem himself, and we gotta see how he fights on that day. For right now,
quick question.
Andy
Mike.
Ruiz is the unified champion in the heavyweight division. So it is what it is.
Do you think Ruiz would wobble Wilder in that performance as well? Wilder and
not based off what I've seen from Wilder his past 3 or 4 fights. I don't see that at all.
Really?
Bruh. Look
Because
here.
if Gerald Washington was wobbling, Gerald Washington and Molina
Gerald Washington
was
did not
wobbling
wobble
Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. Gerald Washington got knocked out in the 5th round. Dominic Brazil called him behind the head on a exchange when Wilder had him hurt. Then Wilder came back after
Spilker, all these guys, yeah. So what would Ruiz do if Spilker can do that?
I totally believe that Wilder is not the same fighter that he was when he fought Spilker. That's like 2 years ago. He's definitely not that guy anymore, and I'm telling you, if Wilder fight Ruiz, I just don't see.
Wilder's got a chin.
Yeah, definitely got a chin. Never been down. Never been down.
Yeah, Wilder's got a chin. But I feel like Ruiz can threaten any heavyweight, and he deserves his respect because he was out there to fight, and Ruiz is a fighter.
Absolutely, man.
Nobody should just discredit Joshua based on that performance because Ruiz is a real fighter.
Yes, man. Totally agree. Well, thanks for your call, Anon. Anything else you want to say before I let you go?
No, that's all right. And I saw your fight, and I think your fight was really good.
Oh man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? My first wheelchair boxing match. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to get another one. There've been talks about it on August 3rd, so we're gonna see how that plays out. But for right now, I'm just relaxing. I should probably gonna get back in the gym next week, start back training, taking this week off.
Yeah, you should.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Cool.
All right, peace out. Going out to my guy, your guy, Mastermind, Joseph from Texas. What's going on, big dog? Oh, Joseph left on me, man. He left out. Going out to Heaven Sent on Skype. Heaven Sent on Skype, man. Talk to me.
What's good, Mike? This is Brandon from Cincinnati, man.
What up, B?
Skype and shit.
What's going on, homie?
Man, Man, doing good, man. Glad to see you holding the fort down, doing a good job and shit.
Man, I'm trying to, man.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie, man. Let's make this shit look too easy.
Yeah,
this
but
shit
this is
ain't
what I
easy
wanted to
at
touch
all.
on. First, I want to ask you, in that Hooker versus Ramirez, who you think gonna win that fight? I'm excited for that fight,
Personally,
man.
man, I like what I've seen from Maurice Hooker, the ability to overcome adversity, going over to England, beating Terry Flanagan for that belt when it really was a close fight. You know what I'm saying? But he did enough, in my opinion, to win. And then going on a rival network on ESPN and having to defend your belt against Salcido, a guy who's coming off a sensational knockout against I forgot who he fought. That was a great fight. But yeah, man, I think in my opinion you got to lean a little bit more towards Hooker. But Jose is definitely a game fighter, man. He's definitely game fighter.
Yeah, I like Hooker in that one too. But I'm just so happy that I see promoters and networks working together, man. That's
Yeah,
the
that's good
hidden
for
gem
boxing,
of this
bro. At
fight,
the end of
man.
the day, that's good for boxing.
That's good for boxing. I'm telling you now, Mike, because I'm about as big of a Bud Crawford fan as you is. I think we're gonna get that Errol Spence fight, man. That
We
Sean
need it,
Porter
man.
fight ain't that Sean Porter fight ain't signed yet, bro. And I don't know why Bud in Dallas, but on his Instagram it said that the last picture he took, the location was in Dallas. You think it's possible that maybe Al Heyman and Bob Arum working out a deal to where Wilder and Fury a fight on one network and maybe Earl and Bud a fight on one network, kind of switch them out, make a deal. So
You gotta look at it,
I'm
man.
maybe
Look
I'm
at it.
maybe I'm just hoping. Maybe I'm hoping and praying,
Yeah,
but man, I
man.
just want
That's a
to
lot to ask them to do because you gotta look at it, man. Both of them fights could do a lot of money when it's just separate. Why make it like you get one and I get one? Let's just split everything down the middle. Co-promotion.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too, man. I'm cool with that too. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Like I said, man, I'm just hoping, man. Like I said, his location was in Dallas, Texas. I hope they trying to work something out, man. I just want that fight. With the AJ and Wilder kind of being in disarray right now, we need that shit, man. We need that fucking fight ASAP, ASAP. Because to work like this year, as far as the matchups, we ain't got the matchups we wanted, but the fact that we keep getting these upsets, that's pretty much saving boxing for 2019. But yeah, man, just put that in your genie bottle, man. Hopefully we can get that Bud and Errol sooner than later. But that's my call, brother.
All right, man. All right, man. Thanks for your call. Going out to Joseph in Texas, man. Joseph in Texas, man. Talk to me.
What's up, Mike? You hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You sound crystal clear, man. Talk to me.
Oh hell yeah! And I hate it every time you give me a fire ass introduction. I'm always like jumped off or something.
I know, right, man. I know.
Hey, shout out to Canelo. I'm gonna go ahead and boomerang on this one too, Mike.
Go ahead. You should hold 6 minutes, big dog. That was all you.
First things first, man. Shout out to my T-ball team. We just wrapped up our season today. My son, little Joseph, out there's putting in work. So shout out to my kids. They did a great job. Canelo, man, like I said, hopefully we can get the Charlo fight. I respect Charlo for saying that he'd go to Mexico to take the fight, but I just can't. I also feel like that's just him knowing he's gonna take some severe measures to get the fight. But you know what? Canelo's the man. At the end of the day, he's been put on the fights we want to see. To be honest, I'm not really too interested in the third Triple G fight. You know what I'm saying, Mike? It's just, I'm a little. Let's let Triple G build back up. I want Triple G to look like a monster again before they get back in there.
I mean, you got to give him some 154 pounders then.
Yeah, at least if there's a fight where he looks good. You know what I mean? I don't think you can do that just based off of one Steve Rose fight. You got to get him in there with somebody that we kind of know who they are. At least a name that's more. I mean, come on, Mike. I don't think. Have you ever seen a Steve Rose fight live?
No, I've never seen a Steve Rose fight live.
But and you know what? So like I said earlier, a few weeks ago, man, Canelo's the man. He is making the fight. But I agree with the last caller, man. I've heard some of the same things. I think it was Boxing Ego or somebody's video, kind of mentioned how the Spence fight hadn't been signed with Porter, and you know what? With Arum and Al Heyman making a deal, I think we could get this. And I think especially look after what they saw last weekend, I think they're like, look, man, we can't let no more money slip. We let the Wilder AJ money slip when it could have been, it's not gonna, I think the monetarily at this point it won't be what it could have been. But and I think they don't want that to happen with Earl and Bud. You know what I'm saying?
Totally, man. Totally agree.
And I think, either way, the smart money is you can make that fight happen. Still, there's 3 guys you can mix and match, and you can still come back and do the Keith Thurman fight if he beats Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So that's like they said, it's great to see them working together.
Could you imagine if we get a Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight this year out of nowhere?
My God, you know what? It would make my year, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, a couple months ago, man, I was feeling down about the sport, man. It just seemed like we wasn't gonna get none of these fights. So we can pull off one of them this year. That'll be great. That'll be something we definitely need. Speaking of fights, man, so your August 13th, is that gonna be outside of Border Wars?
Man, I gotta talk to Ness, man. I ain't really got a lot of information about it, but I definitely didn't. Y'all know me, man. If a fight's to be made and a guy, you know what I'm saying, want to fight, shit, I'm down for it, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I'm definitely.
All right,
I
man.
got you now.
All right, man. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for your call. Going out to Mastermind in our super chat, you know what I'm saying? My guy, your guy from Alabama, Javier Dudley, man. Talk to me, big dog. You on, man? You on with Mike right now, big dog? Talk to me.
Yeah. I'm low-key tired of talking to Mike, to be honest. But
oh man.
Hey, shout out to Conflicted in this podcast. Check us out on YouTube. We got a show coming up after this show, Mike. You finna work hard today, big dog.
Oh, we got another show coming up?
Yeah. I'm already getting scheduled. But hey, shout out to boxing, shout out for boxing making me this money.
Our boxing made you some money this past weekend?
Yeah, man, got a few dollars. I got a few dollars from boxing.
How much you making, man?
About $400 last week.
Who you bet on?
I bet on Andy Ruiz and a little draw for Ray Robinson.
A draw? Who told you about a draw?
I think it was a group effort,
They don't want to give your boy no credit, man. They don't want to give me no credit. I told you they was gonna rob goddamn Ray Robinson. Yeah, they always rob that man.
Hey man, even Ted Atlas said they robbed Ray Robinson. Niggas is mad at Ted Atlas what he said lately, but it's alright, bro. Ted was just telling y'all how he felt. Who fighting this weekend, bro?
You got Triple G back, man. Triple G, the killer. The killer back in the ring versus Steve Rose. Oscar Valdez is back.
Shout out. I might put some money on Steve Rose, bro.
You gonna put some money on Steve Rose, bro?
Look, Steve.
Now you being disrespectful, man. Now you just being disrespectful, bro.
Think about it.
Think about what? Hey, man, if you're coming in on Skype, man, meet yourself.
Niggas don't want to believe it, but
Stone Boxing, man, meet yourself on Skype, bro.
Old on us.
Where you at, Stone Boxing? Nigga, I'll meet yourself for you, shit. My bad, Javier. Go ahead, bro. Niggas want to take how we call and shit, man.
This is all good. I ain't tripping. But
have that same energy, nigga, in about an hour.
What?
Have that same energy in about an hour. Don't be tripping when the nigga be a little late.
No, you ain't gonna be late. But yo, all I'm gonna tell y'all is, man, don't sleep on it. Triple G might get old overnight.
Yeah, man, he is getting up there in age, man. But we don't know shit about Steve Rose. Nah, man, this for the betting show. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna just let you know that's the scary part. You don't know shit about Steve Rose, so you don't know what's gonna come in that ring. He might go against a nigga who ready to be great, and Triple G get his ass slept. He ain't been slept before, and it's about due. It's about time to be due for a little sleep, a little nap. So you know what? I'm gonna put a little bitty on Steve. Y'all don't say nothing to me when Steve win either. Don't nobody say, "Oh damn, he was right." Yeah, I know I was. But that's all I got, bro. I just came to talk a little bit. I'm down.
All right, man. Let me know if you want to bring it back. Going out to Stone Boxing on Skype. Stone Boxing on Skype. Talk to me. Stone Boxing going once. Stone Bone Boxing going once. Stone Bone Boxing going twice. Stone Bone, talk to me, man. You on mute. I can't hear you. Stone Bone.
What up?
What up? What
You
up?
hear
What
me?
up, though?
Oh man, shit. Yeah, I'll be calling in too. My name Jeremy on the call in. I'm in Colorado.
What's
But
going on, Jeremy from Colorado?
hey, you keep talking about like the UK, but if he want $50 million, where they gonna get $50 million from?
That's what
for
I'm
him to
talking
go?
about, bro.
Because look,
How is me coming to the UK? Where the hell y'all gonna get 50 million from?
no, they had to come here to get 34 for Joshua.
That's what I'm saying.
So how can they pay Joshua another 30 and Ruiz 50, even if they can't even pay him 25? But because think about this, the zone would have to. I'm in Colorado. I'm on Mountain Time. So if he fights Joshua in the UK, in America, it's gonna come on anywhere from 4, 3, 2, and 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? In the middle of the day. So Saturday at 1 o'clock, you know what I'm doing in Colorado? Yeah, I mean, you know what we doing on the West Coast.
Smoking.
You know what they doing in New York and the East Coast, even in Indiana and the Midwest. You know what I mean? I came here from Omaha, Nebraska. At 1 o'clock on a Saturday, man, we outside. You know what I mean? We doing it in. And even when it's cold, that's when we going out clubbing on Saturday early. You know what I mean? You go do your shopping around 1. Then if it ain't no big fight for the night, you going out. But if the big fight is at 1 when I'm normally shopping, ain't nobody gonna be paying attention to that. And this is the Zone USA, right?
Yep.
They're not launched in the UK yet. So it would be basically, why would they put up another $50 million? Or they're not even gonna pay Joshua 30. Why would they pay Joshua 30 million to fight in the UK? When they don't gotta pay him nothing for him to fight in the UK. That's Eddie Hearn's job. They needed him to fight in the USA to launch the Zone USA to help build his profile to get that big fight with Wilder. So hopefully they could drive their subscription. So this, I don't see that. I think the Zone is going to force them to have that fight here in probably Las Vegas. They're going to probably say, hey, we can't get New York. You got to fight in Las Vegas. We're going to not put you in Los Angeles because the essays, you know what I mean, to run him out of there, bro. He like he had a hard time with 10,000 Brits yelling for him. They were screaming on behalf of him. You're King Joshua. You know what I mean? If he go to LA and fight Ruiz, he gonna have 15,000 Mexicans. Or if he go to Dallas and fight him, he gonna have 20, 30,000 Mexicans and Latinos and black people screaming at him. You know what I mean? He done said too much crazy stuff about Wilder, where certain type of black men like me, we don't got nothing in common with Joshua. You know what I mean? I tell my son is 11 years old, and I tell him, son, he come out the house. I said, let me see your shorts, son. I told him, I said, I don't want you trying to sag, thinking you some thug. You know what I mean? Or you think you some gangster because what I did when I was young. But you ain't gonna be wearing these pants like AJ, where your shorts is 3 inches above your knee. That ain't what men do. And that little top hat and that little tight shirt. Come on, man.
Come on, man. You can't kill a man outfit, man. That's just part of their culture over there, man.
Look, pause as we say, pause on his outfit. But and last thing before I jump off, one of the things I always say when they keep saying, Bud should have signed with PBC. Earl has been with PBC his whole career. He still hasn't fought Thurman. He still ain't fought Danny Garcia. He still ain't fought Sean Porter. So what if Bud would have signed with the PBC? That was over a year ago now when he re-upped with the ESPN money. But if they gave me $30 million up front and a certain amount of money, 5, and he got an escalator clause where whoever he fight, he will be the higher paid person. Like when Amir Khan got 5.5, he got 6.5. They offered Kell Brook 4, and he'll still make 6.5. So he's already got money up front, and he get guaranteed money. So what's to say if he would have signed with PBC, he would have. Errol Spence hadn't fought Keith Thurman. Errol Spence hadn't fought Danny Garcia. So what's the guarantee? If he would have signed with PBC, he would have already fought Collazo and who else?
All right, Stonewall.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Like
I don't let you go, big dog.
Man.
All right, man. Thanks for your call, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, I'm about to jump on YouTube and hit you that thumbs up, bro, man.
All right,
Hey,
bro.
good
Appreciate
work,
it.
man. I see you being that lone sniper, man. I see you, bro. Good
I'm
work,
trying
bro.
to, man.
Keep it up.
Trying to, bro. All right, man. We're gonna go out to I believe R&V on Skype. R&V on Skype, man. Gonna try to hook up with you and get it right, cause I know been trying to get with you all night. But yeah, man, great call, bro. It was a good call though, man. I just don't know the whole 50 million. Like I just don't think that a fight in England can produce 50 million for one person unless AJ is gonna just take a massive pay cut. Massive pay cut. So yeah, man, I really don't think that Andy's gonna get that 50 million. But what I do think that somebody brought to my attention that you don't always try to get the 50 million, but you use it as a negotiation tactic, and that's probably the best thing for him to do. Let me see who we got. We got coming up on Skype, man. Yo, man, talk to me.
Yo.
Yo. You want to talk some boxing or not?
Definitely. I've been wanting to say big up to the Latinos out there, and great job, Mike. Doing a good job for Nez replacement.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Mike, I hit you up on Instagram. I'll check you out later, man.
Oh,
Love the
yeah.
show.
I seen that. Yes, sir. R&V, man, if you want to talk, bro, you got to call back in. Man. If you want to be part of the conversation on Skype, go ahead and add Nestor Gibbs or call in right now. If not, I'm about to get ready to end this show. Javier said you got something else planned over there, man, so I guess we'll be doing a little NBA preview show. So if you want to check that out, go over to Conflicting Ignorance on YouTube. Probably be a little bit more laid back, but I will be taking calls tonight on that channel as well. So just let me know, man. Anybody else out there that wants to call in on Skype, do so now. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Just my final thoughts, man. My final synopsis is Triple G's fighting Steve Rose, man. Like this should be a fight that Triple G is just like getting back into the groove of things. So I don't expect Steve Rose to come in and do much against Triple G, but I was wrong last time that I said that because I said that about Andy Ruiz. But before I do get out of here, I gotta get to some super chats. We got a super chat from Jimmy M. AJ dropped his mouthpiece, had his arms resting on the ropes, and didn't come forward. He quit. We got another one from Jimmy. Anthony Joshua quit. We got another one from Jimmy. Anthony No Heart Joshua. We got another one from Jimmy. Andy Ruiz going to take his soul in the rematch. Hashtag Joshua. Anthony No Heart Joshua. And we got one from Neil Son. Salute, Mike. Next living life in the Dominican Republic. Who knows? Yeah, man, he's definitely out there doing his thing out there in the DR, man. Looks nice, you know what I'm saying? They even had like a wheelchair hookup too. So I get my black ass out there in my wheelchair and roll around, you know what I'm saying, on some of that pretty ass sand. But yeah, man. Anybody else that I didn't get to on Skype, call back in now. If not, forever hold your peace. I believe that is it. We gonna see. Send a notification right quick. Let's get that shit rocking. If not, man, then hell, we had a easy night tonight, you guys. Definitely was a good night. So I can't be mad at that. Also, I'm excited for the Areola and Kownacki fight, man. That's definitely gonna be a damn good fight. I think those guys right there are gonna be like all action, man. Cause Areola, he's just gonna be in there to punch back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Areola, but doesn't really have a whole lot of head movement. Kind of squares up when he throws his punches. But definitely a dog. Somebody on Skype right now? Talk to me. Don't want too much if you're not on Skype. Yo, who was that? Liz Lowe? Who we got on the Skype thing? None in the UK. You already got a boomerang, bro. Put yourself on mute. Mute yourself, Pecan.
Yeah, so
No, dog. You already
yeah,
got,
Mike,
nah, nigga, you already got like 15 minutes. No, we ain't doing that. Put yourself on mute. Going out to NO. Yeah, put that nigga Con on mute. All right, get off you. Are you on hold? I'm about to add. I can't even add nobody to the call, bro. Like, damn, what's going on? There we go. NO, talk to me, big dog. NO. Whoa. What up, big dog? Talk to me.
Hold on, Mike.
Oh,
Let me
man.
cut that mic on, bro.
Let me know when you're ready, man.
All right, look, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's good? What's good, man? See, bro, I had to catch you before you slip out the back door on me. You heard me?
I was about to get on down, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm about to hit
Right.
out this
I
bitch.
ain't gonna hold you too long, bro. I just see, bro, how you feel about the Cholo fight, bro? You feel like that's a real injury, bro? 'Cause that was a fight I was looking forward to, bro. I wanted to see that get back.
I mean, Tony Harrison don't seem like a guy who's trying to duck anybody or like scared of anybody. So I definitely think it's a legitimate injury. But we're just gonna see how it plays out when they get in the ring. But I don't expect the guy that they got filling in to be much of a challenge for him.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think there's something just to keep them busy, bro. Because I think, you know how when you train for them fights like that, bro, you just you don't want to all be for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they still be want to get that little fight out the way, bro. So you know what I'm saying? They can make it all mean something. So I can respect that. And for the other fights, bro, that's going down, man.
Triple G back, man. Your boy back.
Yeah, but look, like it don't make sense. Like, you know, when like fighters like Triple G, bro, when they come back and take certain fights, bro, it's really like what you're doing, like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like we don't know who this dude is. I mean, I don't know how much you know about him. I really don't know nothing about this dude he fighting, bro.
Man, I can't tell you where this guy's from, bro. To be honest with you.
And Triple, yeah,
No,
and you know
he's from Canada. He from Canada.
Oh, he's from Canada. All right, cool. But Triple G on his way up, he fought enough of these dudes already, bro. Triple G at that level, bro, like just like Canelo. Anytime Canelo fights somebody who we know is a tomato can or a cab driver, we coming down on his ass, bro. Once you get to that top level, Mike, dog, we not accepting that. We want all smokers because you're not fighting them but twice a year anyway.
That's it.
So for them 2 times you fighting this year, you want 2 smokers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like, bro, I don't know, bro. Like this Triple G shit, but I ain't feeling that, man. Why he ain't fight Cholo? You know what I'm saying? That's your mandatory.
They ain't want to go down that route.
Man, come on, bro. Money talk, bullshit walk, man. You know what I'm saying? And then on to the next man, Bud in Dallas, man. I think
Bud in Dallas for sure.
Yeah, man, he in Dallas for sure, man. Then look, this what I think going on, bro. I think him and Spence trying to plan that fight in Dallas, but the Porter fight still gonna happen.
You think so?
I think Spence. Yeah, cause you gotta think about it. Everybody doing that right now. Wilder doing that with Ortiz. Then he got Fury after that.
That's true.
Spence doing the same thing. He got the Porter fight. They trying to get all the like wrinkles out of that, but at the same time, boom, I beat Porter. I come right back with Bud in Dallas, you dig? Pay-per-view. Come on, man. Everybody waiting on that fight. They're going to get pushed from ESPN and Fox and Showtime. Come on, man. That's money in the bank right there. That's money in the bank. And Andy Ruiz about to get that paper, bro. Al Hammond about to get that young man paid, man. And he deserved it, though, bro. He went in there and knocked out the champ. You there with some people saying 4 belts. I'm saying 3. Some people they count the other belt. You know what I'm saying? This man got all these belts and all that. He deserved to get that money, man. You dig? That's my call, though, Mike. I know you're trying to get out of there, but I just want to jump in and put my little salt and pepper on the situation. You dig?
It's all everybody
good, you know. Out there, man.
Straight up, man. Thanks for your call, man. Who we got next on the docket? I think we got my guy Zeus 1971. Zeus 1971. accepted. Let me see. Get to you in a second. Zeus 1971. Let me know when you get on the line. Going out to you in 5. Zeus, talk to me, Zeus.
Yeah, how's it going?
What's going on, big dog?
All right, I just want to say, I don't think anyone should worry about Louise. Louise has got Al Heyman. He's the #1 promoter in the business. I don't think we got anything to worry about him. He's gonna get taken care
All right, that's all you.
of. That's it.
All right, man. Yeah, we all know Al Heyman's a damn good advisor and take care of his fighters. So great call, Zeus.
All right.
Peace. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you gotta do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. I'm trying to make sure that I ain't forgetting nobody. I ain't forgetting because I don't want to leave out, man. Somebody like Mike, I can try to call in and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. So going back, man, saying crossing my goddamn T's, dotting my I's and all that shit. Just trying to get everybody out online. Let me see. Do we got anybody in this group? Anybody in this group? Going once, going twice? All right, man. I think we out of here. Yes, sir. We done for the night. Well, yeah, man. Big ups to everybody out there in the chat, man. Make sure I shout out everybody, you know what I'm saying, properly. I want to give y'all, I want to show y'all some love tonight, you know what I'm saying, just what I do. Yeah, I don't want to do that, you know what I'm saying. My fucking phone come up and shit. An ad pop up. I don't do no ads. Big ups to Miles Caps in the chat. Nelson, Jimmy JM, you know what I'm saying, Grand Reaper, Ashley Williams, you know what I'm saying, big ups to you. Big ups to Jimmy. Sign up to Patreon. You right, Jimmy. If you want to be a part of Border Wars, you know what I'm saying, and have a good fight like Jimmy just had, definitely sign up to Border Wars. Nelson on Skype. If you want to be part of the conversation, Nelson on Skype, you got to call back into the show. Let me know when you on the line. But yeah, man, big ups to Mike 101 Sport. You've been talking shit all night, but we're gonna let you slide. The Grand Reaper, you know what I'm saying? Just big ups to everybody out there in the chat, man, doing y'all thing. And thank y'all for joining the show. Gave y'all almost 2.5 hours of nice content. I try to get good guys on. Big ups to Jamil Herring. I kind of fucking didn't know how to patch him through with the Skype, man. I don't know, man. I fucked up with that. So sorry, Jamil, man. I didn't mean no disrespect. It's just I was having some technical difficulties on the show. So, but thank you for joining me. Thank you for helping me out. I do appreciate it. You were a great boxing mind, great insight. Gave us a boxer's perspective on changing trainers, changing networks, and going into your first world title fight. And big ups to my guy Regis Pogre, man. Came on the show, gave y'all some raw content, some nice nice interview, man. Was real raw. I'm saying he's ready for Josh Taylor. I just don't know why the WBSS hasn't announced the official date and venue for this fight, because I feel like it's definitely a big fight, and one that is going to have the whole boxing world as a whole looking at and rooting for these guys. So big ups to Regis, man. Rougarou down in New Orleans right now. He's transplanted in LA. So big ups to him. Anybody else on Skype before I'm out of here? Going once. Going twice. All right, no more Skypey. Yeah, man. Anything else that I need to get to? Fanboy Killer, big ups to you. Mr. Mike 101. I sound ignorant. Okay. That's cool. Reaches 140, you right. Hit the like button, subscribe. And I want to call back in and get his boomerang. Go and get your boomerang, Talk to me, man. You want the boomerang? Guess he ain't want the boomerang. All right, nobody in there. We're going to end that one. Say hello. Decatur, Georgia in the building. Right, that one. All right, no boomerang then. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody out there in the chat, man. We out this bit. Peace. Yeah, it's your boy. Yes, sir.